Now I'm activated.
You could put your name on me.
Now you know what.
It's a switch.
Yeah, it's the pod.
But
active.
no, I'm not acting. It's just
No. It's the pod active.
blocking it.
It's
Nah.
not all the way active, but it's pod
I'm not
active.
an
You feel
actor.
me? You got to be entertained.
I'm not an actor.
No. You know you turn it on a little bit. You turn it on just a little bit.
There's a switch.
There's a switch. Okay, define the switch. Like
The switch is okay. Now I'm in the zone. My mind is here. I'm focused on this solely. You feel me? I'm not getting into a role where okay, now I'm about to be a little more theatrical or act the way that I don't normally act.
Real pod.
That's different.
Real Potter.
So you're just not there yet. It's okay.
I don't want to be.
All right.
You're
don't wanna
good.
be.
You're
There's
good.
some guys who just make the league and they're like, I just want to
crazy.
stay here.
Make
I'm
the
in the
league is
league.
crazy.
I'm not trying to be fucking. I don't even know what the.
You
Nigga,
don't
stop
want-
making it
You
basketball.
don't want to be the
related.
face of the league.
That's
You
all
don't
I'm
want
saying.
to be the
related,
face of
bro.
the league. It's okay.
Sure.
Yes, there you go.
Don't want to be a face
Collect
of
your
the
checks. You're like
league. Collect your checks.
Antoine Jameson.
Show me a check then. That's crazy.
What?
Yo, Antoine Jameson a good piece. You feel me? But like he
Out of all people, you
can
could name
maximize
like.
potential. You know, he there collecting the bag. But there's some
That was
niggas.
disrespectful.
There's some niggas like, you know, the Lucas of the world.
Yeah, that's racist now. You could have said anybody.
Lucas of
You
the
could have said
world.
LeBron.
I was trying to think.
Luka not even the face of the league. LeBron
Face
is
of
the face
Face
of
of
the league.
the world, the international world.
I just wanted to have
That would be
Lakers.
Jokic.
I just
I
wanted
think he
the
actually
Lakers.
just had the highest selling jersey.
Really?
Luca.
Well, I
Guess
mean,
what? My girl bought me a Luka jersey
Mm.
for Valentine's Day.
Mhm.
That shit's still not here.
Damn.
Yeah.
Shit.
yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, it's that
Moving.
crazy.
Back order.
What color?
I think it might be the gold one.
Shit.
She probably shouldn't have gotten me a
The
gold
yellow
one. I
one.
should have
No
probably
bullshit.
gave her some instructions. Like I already got enough gold
Yeah,
Lakers
yeah.
jersey. Give me a
LeBron,
yellow. Give me a.
Kobe.
I mean, give me a white one. Give me a purple.
The
Mhm.
yellow Lakers jersey? That should not go.
Gold. It is yellow, no bullshit. But
Nigga, how would you know? Colorblind ass nigga. What the fuck? Don't try to tell me about colors, nigga. How would he know? How would he know? Let's really get into something. That nigga try to tell me about
I
colors.
didn't know you
I
were
forgot
gonna
about
go
that.
there.
What color? What color is the
I wasn't even
Celtics
prepared to
jersey?
go
I
there.
completely forgot about that.
I was not prepared to go there.
What color is the
Yeah.
Celtics jersey?
I didn't even give you permission to like
Your eyes
expose
are
something
fuck.
like that. That's
This nigga's
fucking-
eyes are
that's-
fuck. He can't see
This nigga
shit.
basically blind, bro.
Don't
I'm
see
so
color.
sorry.
You don't see people. Like,
He can't like.
That's that shit.
He said.
but he can see the
You
numbers.
tell people your
He can
color
see the numbers, though.
He can see the numbers. He don't know what color that spreadsheet is.
It don't matter.
But he can
He
see
see
the
green.
He know the cells.
You
He
see
can
black,
the numbers.
green, same shit.
Yo, this is crazy. Wait. Hold on. If technically this is a disability, are y'all not being
No, that's
ableist
ableist,
right
bro.
now?
You're absolutely
y'all
correct.
being like ableist
So
as hell?
what?
Absolutely.
You gonna
Okay.
cry about it?
Wow. Where is
Ah.
Yo,
Where's the
I've been
sympathy?
said,
Where's
fuck
the
the
empathy?
crosswalk. I don't care about them. Yo, listen, it's the same
Oh,
shit. They don't know what I'm
he's showing
talking
his
about.
ass now.
They don't know what I'm
He's
talking
showing his
about.
ass
They
now.
don't know what I'm talking about. But y'all know what
I'm so
saying.
sorry. That's my mistake.
Listen,
I shouldn't have brought it up.
This has actually been a
Ableism is not
life-changing
okay.
revelation.
The world is the world, bro.
It's been a life-changing
Okay.
revelation to learn that I'm colorblind because it was like one of those, like, it's not the biggest deal in the world because, again, y'all gassing it.
We've been
I
saying this
can
for
see
like
color,
at least 2
okay?
years though.
There's definitely times where, you know, I'm looking at something, I'm like, yo, that's brown. And y'all be like, brown.
What are you
You're like,
talking
what?
about?
Yo,
I'm like, bro, you feel, and in those moments, I never thought I was colorblind. I just simply thought like, maybe I don't got the names down pat. Like, you
Makes
know,
sense.
you know it is blue. I mean, I know it is blue. You might, no, that's baby blue. That's aqua, whatever. You feel me? Like the specifics of it, maybe I'm just not like on top of the color theory like that. But I learned this past weekend, I am technically colorblind.
so if you look at this right here, do you
oh
see
my
different
God,
shades
stop
of
doing
blue?
that annoying shit.
No, but
No,
like, do you
because
see
that
different
shit
shades
probably
of blue?
look. That shit
Or
probably
is
look
it all
crazy to him.
Just the same shades.
Because you see, there's red on there.
Bro, why
there's
would-
green and shit.
If it's a type of colorblindness that I didn't find out until the 25th year of my life, do you really think I
Well,
can't see a wide spectrum of colors?
That's not
That's
what
not
we're
what I
saying.
said.
What colors are on there?
Oh my God.
Point to them and tell me, because that's what they say. The green and the red be looking similar.
But I don't think he's
Listen,
red green colorblind. Yeah.
I'm red, green.
Oh,
He
you
is.
are red green. Okay.
It's
That's-
red.
'cause that's-
Yeah. All right, Pete, bro, this is black.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? These are different types, you know, blues. I don't want to get too specific because I just don't get about
Okay.
This is red. This is a red box.
Okay.
You know, there's a blue light. All right.
You can't see the green.
Where's the green here? That's brown. That's like a brown.
I can't see the green.
That's like
you can't see the green. Bro, there's green all around the dollar sign.
Oh, yes, I know. I can see that.
Okay. I was about to say
I'm not getting super specific.
Okay. I was like, bro, that's actually crazy, bro.
Bro, it's called
respect.
Doing color blindness, right?
Okay.
So again, the reds and green, like if you've seen it on a color spectrum, right? On a normal color spectrum, you'd see like all the different. Mine may be a little bit more faint on that green section. You know what I mean? So the reason I found out is because I was on Reddit. I was just scrolling through like subreddits, right? And this one was like the photo critique subreddit. And somebody was asking about the cropping of their picture. And then somebody in the comments put a guideline on how you should crop your pictures type shit, right? Mm-hmm. And they had these lines and there was red lines and there was green lines to show like you probably don't want to crop right above the foot. And if you do, you want to do it above, you know what I mean? There's just these different green and red lines showing where to crop. And I'm like, yo, it's mad hard to tell which ones is the green. Like, this is a bad graphic. Mm-hmm. I'm blaming it on the graphic. And then someone in the comments was like, you probably should change the colors of the lines for people who are colorblind. I'm like, wait a fucking minute. Hold up.
Did you send it to your pops?
Damn.
Because it is hereditary.
I did find that out. But it's hereditary from your mom's side.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But it's less frequently found in like women.
Yeah, facts. Mm-hmm.
And that's an interesting conversation I do want to have because men are way more likely to have like some type of disability, autism. Like, what is wrong with men? Not to say those things are wrong, but like what is up with men? What is up with men that like we are more likely to have? I don't even want to say defects. Defects is a crazy word.
Mutations.
Bro, it's because, bro, the XY, you don't got the XY.
You just got what, XX?
So more shit's more. To me, that's that way my brain works. I'm like, see, if you was different from when you was born, like think about it, bro. Like, you know how like everything works with your anatomy. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas got the scrotal sac, and then there's like the little seam because that's not how it started. We not supposed to be men type shit.
We not so. What are we supposed to be?
Well, we are.
Everything
but like,
starts off as
like woman. You feel me? So like when you become like man, or when
there's
that's
room,
like
there's room for
something misinterpretation, like that shit. There's way more. That's how I look at it. I be like, cause nigga,
I mean, that's the truth of it.
Like, that's why niggas got nipples. What you use your nipples for?
Nothing. I don't got nothing I can do with my nipples.
Don't do it on camera.
They just grow hair around them for no reason. It's actually mad annoying.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, you feel me? We have other parts that are like more functional in women. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, to me, it's like, that makes sense to me. Why?
Mm-hmm. So once
you're a scientist
though. It's not my field. But like I said, it really is just the base pairs messing up. Like they're not aligning correctly, which leads to the mutations. But I can't tell you a better answer beyond that.
I feel you. So I took the test, right? And I took that shit like 3 times. And it's a test where it's like in the circle, there's like different color variations, but you should be able to see a number within it, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm going through, I'm like, oh, that's easy. That's easy. That's a 6. That's a 5. And then I get to a certain section, I'm like, whoa. There's nothing in this. They're tricking me. This is one of the trick questions. You feel me? I say, so there's an option of like, there's nothing there. Click, there's nothing there. Maybe like 5 more times.
There are no trick questions.
Yo, I made everybody in my household take it, and I'm like right over their shoulder, like, oh, that's a 5. That's a 4. Oh, I can't see that shit. They're like, oh, that's a 3. Whoa!
What do you mean 3?
Where do you see 3? I'm looking at it mad hard. Bro, and they're taking 2 seconds, like less than 2 seconds to figure. They're like 3, 5. My little sister is like, oh, this is fun. Pew, 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 pew. Like, and I'm just like, damn, this is crazy, bro. That I see the world. Like, bro, there's like iOS settings for me.
Yeah.
So that I can see, see my screen differently and shit like that.
Have you turned them on?
I did.
Is it better?
Greens look more vibrant.
Yeah, that's real, bro. Good. So you could probably be nice at COD.
No, but
you turn the colors different. I used to play like that because it was just easier to see in general. But
as an editor, I thought to myself, like, how many times I made a logo or I made a clip and like, I'm thinking this is like the perfect color coordination and everybody else is like, that looks weird.
Well, now you know though. You feel me?
That's wild to me.
It's better to know than not know because now you can adjust like the way that you live. You feel me? Turn your settings different.
Here are my overall thoughts on it, right? Clearly, it's not something that actually affects my life. I can see most colors. It's not, other than the time where like when I stop at a stop light, I know what's red, I know what's green. There's no confusion. There's people
Sure? It's not crazy?
It's very mild.
So it's not that crazy. Okay.
No, it's just like the silly situations where you're like, Rob, you think that's pink? That's purple. You know what I mean? Whatever. Y'all got that. Whatever. But
don't do that.
Whatever.
We've been saying that for
You're
years.
trying to make this seem like it's not that. Just because you can't see it don't mean
it's not
anything.
life changing.
What color is Barney to you?
Barney's purple.
Yeah, you know, are you saying that from like sight? Are you saying that from like just that? You know,
they saying purple. He's saying purple. Sometimes he look like a different color type of green though, right? There's a different Barney though, right?
Barney is never green, bro.
Barney was never green.
Nah,
I like a little light.
Barney was dark purple and light purple, never green.
Okay, my fault. All
I'm
right.
trying to think about what you think.
This is what I came down to, right? It hurt me, and the reason it was stuck in my mind is like, again, it's not a life-changing thing, but to me, my whole life, I'm like, all right, I'm short, but I got this big ass brain, overcompensated, right? Then I got shit like this, and then it's starting shit like this. Like, now I got my beard. It's like, beard not growing in as full as it need to be. Then the eye, and I'm already a blind nigga. Now I got the color blindness. I'm not that nigga. I'm a bottom percentile of the population ass nigga.
I could have took it further, but I'm gonna leave it there.
You could go. We could. This is hurting my heart to find out that like all these hopes and
putting that
dreams.
sunscreen on, you know what I'm saying? Because the melanin ain't strong, my nigga.
My melanin ain't strong either, but like, damn, bro.
That's genuine. I'm genuinely saying that.
I'm looking draining.
No.
Oh.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying as you get older,
Yeah, facts.
you have a higher likelihood
sunscreen.
compared to me and
No
Nate.
bullshit.
You know what I'm saying? Just because
Need the sunscreen.
you
What
like
else is wrong with me?
It's
You
just
feel
like-
me? Like I had a
life,
fake. I
man.
found out like I'm not that dude. I'm not
Anyway,
him.
man.
I'm him with like
You
a
eat red
lowercase
meat.
h, bro.
Is low. All that shit's on the table. All that shit.
What?
But that's a choice though. He's talking about stuff he can't control.
He's Cape Verdean.
Wait. What
doesn't
did
have
you
to-
just say?
He said
So
you
you
eat red meat. He doesn't have
That's
to
real
eat red
shit.
meat though. That's
But that's part of
we're
his
talking about
culture.
stuff that like
No,
you
but
can't
that's I'm talking
control.
about something
I
I
feel
can't
you.
control.
Come
My
on, man.
genetic
Why not?
DNA.
Yo,
My genetic.
you don't eat red meat. You're Haitian.
We don't eat red meat like that.
You eat goat. You eat goat. You eat fucking pork, but you don't eat those things.
I don't eat those things. This is
You know
true.
what I mean? But
This is
they
true.
do eat them.
This nigga be on the linguiça though.
Reese's bomb,
Reese's
bro.
bomb.
I don't think those are in the
That's
same
just
realm, though.
that's
You
just-
feel me? But
that's just-
No, definitely not.
Buzzing.
There's a level of self-awareness that kicked in. I'm like, maybe I'm not the main character of this timeline.
You have allergies?
I don't, luckily enough.
There you go. You feel me? I have allergies.
That
All
you don't
right.
know.
Thank you for making me
All right.
feel a little better. All right.
It's bad.
All
Around this time, I can barely breathe. It's smooth.
right. Cool guy Yves, throw something in the mix.
I also have allergies. Ben had allergies.
He's too fucking cool. He's supposed to make another one, bro. Oh my god. I'm gonna let you rock. I'm gonna let you rock. You're him. You're a capital H him.
Nah, bro. If you
I get it.
low key, I wasn't even supposed to be alive. No bullshit.
But that's good.
No,
though.
Adds to the story. You're not helping, bro.
I
God
wasn't even
damn.
supposed to be here. But you are.
If I was
You
in that same
defied the odds,
situation, I
oh my
probably
God.
wouldn't be
Well,
here.
you know,
Beat the odds, bro.
niggas had a good doctor. You know, they took care of me. You know what I'm saying? But,
Oh
like,
my god.
my body was defective. Like my intestines was fucked up.
Does that impact
When I
you
was born.
today?
It could.
But does it though?
I think it does. I just don't admit it. Like I don't sit down and actually
Okay.
recognize it.
See, you gotta
See,
do a
there
little
you
bit
go.
of that. You gotta humble. Like, we all gotta humble ourselves just a little bit. Just be like, you know.
Yeah.
Speaking of not being the main character, this might not be the main timeline. I was talking. Who was I talking to last week about that? I'm like, yo, I think this is the alternative timeline. This is the one that like
Darkest
somebody
timeline.
from the main timeline comes back and saves because it just went to shit.
The darkest timeline.
I think
I don't. Yeah, I just don't think like. So you know when we've had these conversations about like 26. I had a theory like 2016, like we entered not the Matrix, but we just entered what's the word I use for it?
I don't know.
what word you use, but you could say I don't know, like a paradigm shift or some shit.
At 2016, we just veered off the main timeline.
Once Trump got elected,
We stemmed off. That wasn't supposed to happen. You feel me? That wasn't supposed to happen, and we just stemmed off into another alternative timeline. And this one is not the priority.
I see.
We might go to shit.
You know, folks been saying that because we see that the current administration doesn't have like the majority of this country's best interest in mind
At all.
right? That this is where people take the most action. So maybe it's not it's a bad thing, but it's not the worst thing. The worst thing that we could be is complacent, but instead we're like wanting to mobilize. And I was like, that's a very valuable perspective I probably needed to hear. I appreciate that.
Yeah, keep me going. I need that.
No bullshit.
I'm
like,
mad pessimistic.
You know what I mean?
You feel me?
Because it was like, damn, all this shit's happening. I want to do something.
But life's turning around. Life's turning around. It's an 80-degree day.
It is.
Busy season is past me.
That's a turnaround.
I'm outside, nigga.
The sun came out.
That's a turnaround in a good way.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm outside now. You feel me? I got my life back. I'm so happy. I was working 13-hour days, bro.
To your point, I mean, that's...
On Monday and Tuesday, I worked till 9:30.
That shit was
nutty.
That's a double.
Bro. Huh?
That's a double.
Niggas is not working
Bro, I didn't go to
13 hour days
college to work
regularly,
a
bro.
double. Are you crazy?
I do it twice a week.
That's not what you went to college for.
I gotta do it. It is.
Oh, my God.
I'm in the lab doing what I gotta do.
Oh, bro, that's not why we paid that exorbitant amount of money. We paid that exorbitant amount of money to do less work and get paid more.
Are you not getting paid well?
I get paid a healthy amount.
Okay, then.
I can't.
That's what you went for.
I feel you.
13 hours a week, 13 hours a day. Like 13 hours a day is not the end of the world. For what you're doing, that sounds like hell. For what you do, it might not be as bad. For what I do, it might not be. That's actually.
Well, I'm gassing it.
It's not like he's actively working all 13 hours. I'm literally in front of
a computer, bro. It's not the worst thing in the world. Like I'm listening to podcasts in one ear, bro. You feel me? I'm in front of a computer. It's
editing videos.
Yo. You know, there's people.
It's the screen. You know, staring at the screen all day.
There's people who do 13 hours and work in like construction.
That to me doesn't sound that bad.
Nah, it's
a lot of work. It's a lot of work, but
tiring.
at least it's tiring. But at least you're like engaging with people. At least you're doing something with your hands and like putting something together. What you're
on
doing
an everyday basis, or like
I mean, if it's my job,
your body's gonna break down.
Yeah, construction workers be broken down at some point. Yeah, you're right.
Like if I was in the office for 13 hours,
but no one's a construction worker for life.
That's not common. True. It was just for the deadline. You know, it's a tax deadline. We got to get these.
It was like a sprint.
These
though.
returns out the door.
You got 2 straight months of doing that though.
Nah, during the other months, I'm just working 10 hours, like a 8 to 6.
Just working 10 hours.
8 to 6.
Work, bro. Why are you working 10-hour days, bro?
That's busy season for you. But
no,
now,
you're talking about on your longest day, you'll work 15 or 13.
Oh no, well, because we were up against the wall.
Oh,
you know that the deadline was Tuesday.
I thought that was just all from February until the end.
Oh
of,
no, I body myself. I would not be in this. No,
that's what I was saying.
That's
that's just for sure. It's like in bursts.
Yes.
Okay, that's
yes. Yeah, exactly.
That's every job.
But that's completely different because if I'm in the office for like 10, 13 hours, how often what's my brain capacity? Like, how often am I really working? You feel me? Probably like 80% of that. To be 80%, yeah,
at least.
Those construction people, there's no brakes on that. That's
nah, them niggas be cool.
That's
why them projects drag out as long as they do. Them niggas be dragging that shit.
Breaks.
Like,
maybe they're not the best example, but there are jobs where it's like when you're on the clock, like you're doing. It's an active process. It's not like
you also like healthcare and like
you know,
like
maybe. So it could be.
There's no job where you're just doing that. It's not a job. Like unless you're a slave, there's no job where that's happening. Because I see most people, bro. Every when I go to the hospital, them niggas be on their phones and shit. They always taking a lunch. No, I'm talking about the nurses and the doctors. They be in the other room. They be taking, like, not the doctor. I've never seen the doctor.
They ain't supposed to be doing that.
But I've seen the nurses. They're on their
supposed to be taking care of.
They're taking selfies and shit. Like they're on Instagram and shit.
You might need to go find a different location.
I'm hip.
My nurse taking selfies, my nigga.
I be snitching recently, no cap.
Yo, draw this blog.
Because they be like, they leave you in the room.
Stop playing.
You know how they leave you in the room and they be like, yo, like, you know, we'll be back. Like, you know, we're gonna run, you know, we're just gonna take the data and da-da-da.
Bro, they just scrolling through IG.
Bro, I left the room to go to the bathroom and I seen her in the room, like in a side room, taking pictures of herself. And I was like, interesting.
That's
what she got the scrubs for.
So I snitched, no cap. I was like, bro, yo, can I get like a new nurse? The one that was supposed to be like helping me is actually not doing her job.
Oh, dang.
Like, is there like someone that can help me for real?
Would I do that?
Yeah, I was about to say, what's wrong?
And then they were like, oh, she submitted the paperwork to the doctor
like
already.
5 to 10 minutes of your life, bro.
No, but they were like, she submitted the paperwork to the doctor already, so she's just waiting for him to give her like a next analysis to bring back to you. And I was like, she can tell me that though. Instead, I'm just sitting in the room waiting, and she's taking pictures of herself, and she hasn't spoken to me about I'm just waiting. I'm just in the room. She said, I'll be right back. No, she won't. She's not right back.
There's a lot of layers to it, right? Because even though you saying like it's maybe just 5 minutes, even though it's just 5 minutes,
no, you're being a Darren.
Her doing that in that instance shows that she does it more often than just a specific incident. You feel me? It's a habit. So she's doing it frequently. But at the same time, it's like, I would have approached her directly rather than going to the admin and be like, yo, your work is done.
I mean, we saw each other and she looked guilty. Like she was
that wasn't enough for you?
Like she was like,
that wasn't enough?
No, no, it wasn't. Because now, because if she reacted, she was just like, I'd be like, oh, maybe she's not doing anything wrong.
But you
She
never
doesn't
been
look
at work.
guilty.
You never been at work bullshitting and not doing something. Don't give me that.
When I'm bullshitting at work, I'm supposed to be bullshitting at work. Like that's what I'm doing.
When are you supposed to be bullshitting?
I be having breaks.
That's not bullshitting then. That's technically you're just doing what you're supposed
and
to do.
Also, my job is very particular because a lot of my role and like my specific role is team building. So when I'm bullshitting, like that's like my way of just being like I'm building community amongst our population of our team.
Oh, you could throw that on anything. That's crazy.
Because my supervisor be asking me. Sometimes he'll ask
me.
He be
like Uno
together.
What you guys
talking about down there? There's a lot of labs. I'm like, yeah, we're just trying to do some like team building. You feel me? Because I got to make sure like we got big projects coming up. So I just want to make sure everyone's morale is good. You feel me? And that's true. Like in the moment, it's not about that. It's about just this is funny. Let's have a conversation.
Wow.
But that is also like. It's community work, you feel me? So I have to build community.
There's a lot of leeway for bullshit.
See, now you're an accountant, you feel me? Like, y'all shouldn't be laughing. No bullshit. What's funny? What's funny in there? Because y'all niggas laughing at niggas' credit scores and shit. What's funny, bro?
It's not the funny. What are you talking about?
I'm just making sure. I'm just making sure because you see.
Nah, but what we got a little,
we got
a little punching bag in the corner of the office. You feel me? So whenever you go by the printer, you want to let some steam off. You know,
you dead ass?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's not like a whole punching bag,
but
it's like one of those
stand-up ones set up to do that.
Yeah, just
that's funny.
No, I love this new office I'm at because it really is like a guy's locker room.
Y'all that pent up at work?
Yo, if I told you,
they shouldn't be that.
I don't be.
When you're still young, you didn't crack.
I be getting I be getting annoyed sometimes.
It's only your third month.
I'm telling you, bro. I rock with him. Like, don't get me wrong. Like my boss, I run through a wall with him. Versus my other boss, where like that guy would throw his golf bag on and be like, "All right, I'm out of here. It's like 12 o'clock. He not coming back for the rest of the day." You know how that makes you feel as a worker? Like
you work for that nigga. He's not in the field with
where
you.
He's half-assing it. Yeah, I know he's not working harder than me.
Bullshit.
And he's benefiting off of the work.
That's horrible for morale. That's not good for morale.
Let's not do that.
That's bad for morale.
No, it's bad for morale.
He should not show up then.
But he's saying he ain't do as much work as me. He's done a bunch of work years prior to get to the point that he's at.
But I never saw him do it though.
Yo.
And when push comes to shove, was he doing the work with you? When push comes to shove, when it was busy season, when he had y'all working long, was he on the field? Was he in the field?
Sometimes.
That's bad for morale.
I'm not disagreeing.
And I would make those complaints to my coworkers.
You work hard to get to the point that you don't got to work as hard.
Somebody like that, though. Somebody like that. When it's time to leave, I'm not saying a minute later.
Facts.
I'm leaving, bro.
Sure.
I'm just doing that same grace. I'm doing the bare minimum, right? Sure. But with this new one,
I want to do a little more.
It's a little too excessive. He a workaholic type shit. He be in the trenches. Was in there 7 days a week. He'd be in the office 4 a.m. to the time I leave. You feel me? So it's like he's really clocking it. That shit make
that shit make you want to work harder.
I didn't mind doing 13 hours that Monday because guess what?
He was there before you. He probably left after you.
He did at 15. He did at 16.
Ooh, shit. That's a good boss.
It's like, yo, he's 60 years old. What's my complaint?
That's how they condition you.
60.
That's how they condition you.
Real nigga.
That's how they condition you.
He's tough.
Like, yeah, I'm building this nigga up.
He's tough.
Maybe, but it worked.
Building another nigga up mean that you got to put yourself up, hold yourself to a high standard too.
That's valid.
You building the right niggas and you doing the right shit.
That's a good boss. That's a good boss.
That's a fact.
But I will say, there's like during busy, there's about 3-4 times a day where all you hear is fuck. Like yo, like he's slamming shit, bro.
Because he made a mistake or something.
You fucking idiot. Like he looking at the screen like what the fuck? Like yo, and the thing is,
he's tough. He sound like a boss.
I keep it in like I don't mind because as long as you don't take that shit out on, like don't let me come in for a question and you're like,
the fuck out of here.
Yeah, like you feel me? You start doing shit like that, I'm like, yo, relax.
But
like,
you also know not to come in while he's doing that though.
No. But I'm telling you,
that's a recipe for disaster.
No. He know how to contain himself because every time I come and I ask a question, he never pushed me to side. He never like, oh, I'm too busy or whatever. Like he always made time. He always had patience. He knew how to separate those things. So you can get passionate, and I get it, bro. Shit can get frustrating.
Yeah, bro.
I respect it. I run through a wall for him versus like the duality of like what I was dealing with before. So I don't mind.
You be fucking up on your spreadsheets?
Fucking up. I don't know. I'm pretty nice, but like there's always something like to learn or there's always something you don't understand or whatever. Be doing that. That's what I like about accounting. It's problem solving, bro. It's real problem solving.
You ever punching a number wrong and then they're like, damn, I fucked up the whole shit. Now I gotta go back.
It's not that deep.
Yes or no?
There's always, but that's why we have quality control. There's people reviewing the other stuff you do. You feel me? It runs through review.
So which means you do. That's what the question was.
It's not common.
So
I'm nice at what I do.
That's not. I don't think that's what Nate was
I was just
asking.
saying, like,
I'm not here to admit. I've already admitted to enough. Can I be elite at something, nigga? Damn.
No, because I'm just wondering, like, what is he saying fuck to? Like, what is
it.
he upset about? Because I know it's tedious
the software
work.
not working the way it's loading too slow.
Because I know it's tedious.
That's not how I took it.
Or somebody.
I'm thinking like he's looking at the client shit like this nigga like what the fuck was you doing with your money in the years?
Blowing up
like,
his phone like how much do I owe? How much do I owe? And it's like damn nigga, I call you when you're ready. When I'm ready for you. Like just imagine.
Imagine he said
the
that.
frustration.
Like, damn nigga, I call you when I'm ready. I was like whoa.
You don't say that, but you feel that.
I'm mad, but I was like holy shit, bro. Yeah, relax.
shit. Kind of respect, no bullshit. Be like, all right, nigga working.
No bullshit. Damn, nigga, I'm gonna call you, bro. I said, what you want me to say? What you want me to lie? I'll make sure in the moment. 5,000. That's what you owe, bro. And get it done, baby. You gotta pay by the end of the week.
People getting worse calls. You ever get a call at 7 p.m. like right before the deadline? Like, yeah, you gotta cut a check for $50,000. That hurts. That hurts.
That can't be good.
I shouldn't say too much more, bro. These people.
I don't want to feel that one, but it's not good. Hey, at least they gonna pay it though.
We up, bro. We up. You know. It's good, but I did wake up. This is my last story, and then we could really get into it. You feel me? We can hit the intros and all that. Let me hit the intros. I'll get back to it. But it's another sequels to my dreams. Huh? You gotta figure out what's going on. My dreams, my wild
like the
ass
last
dreams.
one with Diddy and Trump.
Yo, we need to find an animator.
I had one. Yeah, see, okay. I'll add to that.
Same thing. Got you.
Yeah.
We need to find an animator to animate this nigga's dreams.
Yeah, we could do that. That could be a series like Rob's Dreams type shit.
You be dreaming?
I dream sometimes. I have nightmares. I don't really dream.
I had a nightmare.
Wow. Okay.
I had a nightmare.
I haven't had like a pleasant dream in a very long time. All my dreams are nightmares.
I guess that is the other side of it. You could have a nightmare.
Let's get into it. Hey man, you already know how we rocking. It is bad for the community. Rob the 508 God on the mic. We are back. I got St. Yves across from me.
Shalom.
Nate Nick's in the room.
Shalom is great.
Cultural appropriation is wild.
How's it cultural appropriation?
Bro, we say
what culture shalom?
Bro,
what do you mean?
Hebrew.
It's just a greeting. Exactly.
Oh, Hebrew. You identify as that?
Getting close to becoming an Israelite, bro.
I see it. Bro. I see it slowly and surely. Bro. Just own it, though.
Bro,
you already saying shalom. No one made him say that. Why you looking at me?
Coexist niggas? I'm just at peace, bro. I'm just at peace.
Them niggas do.
You gonna be like 19 keys in like 24 months. You know who 19 keys is?
I don't know too much about it.
He's an Earn Your Leisure nigga. Like he part of that type of team, and he put that hat on. He got, with the stars and shit like that. And he talks about the laws of the universe. You gonna be there. You on the way.
I would like to talk with him.
You on the way. You see the hand movements he doing too. Like y'all would be perfect in a room together. I'm telling you.
Hey,
bro.
we can talk. Set it up.
Start calling everybody brother. You know, yeah. For
one of the people I used to work with is a Hebrew Israelite now.
Really?
Well, not like now. I guess that's not how you would like say it, but like that's how that's like what she celebrated. Now, they just celebrated Passover.
No, they got good social media marketing. The Hebrew Israelites, they got good marketing. You feel
on
me?
Social media?
What you be saying?
Yeah, bro. You got Kendrick.
Huh?
Kendrick don't be on social media.
Wait.
But I'm saying in culture, you feel me?
In culture.
They got some good marketing going on.
So who else?
That's really all you need.
You say Kodak.
Well, I mean, they got J Electronica.
J Electronica, that's a great example. You feel me? It's in there, sprinkled in there.
Yeah.
You know?
Is he Hebrew Israelite?
I don't think so. No, I was about to say, I really don't think so.
He's one of them like 12%ers or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
He's just Muslim.
Different.
There's a whole
I think he's Muslim.
category of those.
He's Muslim?
They're there.
A category of those.
Yeah, they're probably all distinguished, like this. There's clear distinctions, but they're all there.
It'd be tough if niggas start, like, I think, like, if I was gonna join one of these brigades, I would definitely join, like, the, like, extremist Muslim folk, like the Americanized Muslim.
What type of extremist
No, like
Muslim
the Americanized extreme Muslims, like the ones that, like, what are they called?
He gotta be, don't look at me and ask. Wait.
Stop.
Like, what are those guys called? I'd be like, what's today's mathematics?
You see what they doing outside. You say something,
I'm trying to
knock you up.
I'm trying to protect my man Nate.
I'm not talking about.
I would be one of the extremist Muslims,
like the Americanized ones. Like,
can
I'm
you
talking
explain
about like
that further?
Like,
so you can clear this up.
I'm trying to explain it.
Let's just leave the conversation.
Like, what are like the niggas that be on the corners being like, what's today's mathematics? I'm talking about those niggas. Like, what are they called?
I wouldn't call that extremists.
They're not extremists.
Well,
I wouldn't call it extremists.
They've taken some of the practices to a very like far extent. Like they
aren't they just of the nation?
Yeah.
I don't know what they call.
I mean, they're just of the nation. It's different though. It's different. It's like. It's not Nation of Islam. It's something like more extreme. Like in the practices, like
more refined.
Sure, more refined. Sure.
That's a great
but they have very like strict policies around like women, and there are no women of them. You know what I'm saying? Like So it's different.
I
anyway,
don't know. I don't know too much.
So I'll just say I would be one of them because then
You'd want to be in the group that
if I was gonna
excludes women.
If I was gonna be in any of them, I would be in that one because I could rap in what's funny.
You could
rap in Arabic.
You could do the raps regardless.
I'm about to say like
no one's gonna check you
cultural
on that.
appropriation.
No one's gonna check you on that.
Cultural appropriation.
It's fake outrage.
it's appropriation to know a language.
So I could be fake Muslim.
For sure, you could.
What does that mean?
Bro, a lot of fake Muslims out here, bro.
There are a lot of fake Muslims out here. A lot of haram.
They're
going
Muslim,
on.
but they're not practicing it as they should. They're not.
No,
that's
not even what I'm talking about. At least they practice. Like they might go to mosque. You feel me? They might. You know what I mean? They might still engage in like celebrations like Eid. You feel me? They might practice Ramadan and all. Right. They might still do those things. I'm talking about like the people that like just say shit in Muslim. They just say like they say Muslim phrases. They say Arabic. They say no, but they're just saying Arabic shit because they heard their friends say it. Like they heard like their Somali friends say it.
Nigga, you niggas ain't Haitian.
I don't say that though, because that's cultural appropriation. I'm not walking up to Haitian niggas and be like "Sapa say." Like I'm not saying that.
Cultural appropriation, cultural appreciation.
Like, I think them saying is because they fuck with the culture.
Do they? If that's the only thing they know?
Why else would you be saying it? If you didn't fuck with it, it's
because you're Haitian. Because low-key niggas is saying, I don't have nothing to say to you, Haitian-ass nigga. Sapa say. Tell you shit, I don't got nothing to say to you, nigga. Hopefully that shit stick.
Actually, I was on an Uber last night. This nigga's from Ethiopia. He's like, where you from? I was like, my family from Haiti. He's like, Sapa say. I was like, bro.
Nah. He didn't have nothing. Because there's no, like, griot. Like,
I was like, you lucky I don't know nothing to say about your people. You feel me? Like, I don't know what to say. What?
This is why.
That's not even like.
Bro, Ethiopian niggas be Christian, bro.
What?
Ethiopian niggas be Christian, bro.
It's off the cuff, bro. I don't know. You feel me?
That's crazy.
That's
bro.
what we need a tie stand for, nigga.
Facts right there. This
just
nigga.
Bleep.
That's
Funk flex. Boom.
Boom.
Boom. So about my dream, right? I had a dream.
Time out, bro.
Ethiopia is a very peaceful country, bro.
Them niggas never been invaded.
My
like
fault.
they do.
My history.
They're not even in the same timeline as us.
Okay, my fault.
Like they literally live on a different. It's not even. What is it? 2006 over there.
I don't know.
Like they're in.
They're not in 2025.
My fault. I had the wrong regions. Okay,
bro.
My fault.
Boom.
That's like the one country.
Nigga said, boom.
My fault. Keep that in the tuck for another nationality. Alrighty. So, my dream.
Wow.
I hope we can reset. I hope we can get back in it. You feel me? I hope I can reel you guys back in.
Niggas.
I'm ahead.
That's why it's okay for me to say it.
There you turban on him, bro. He's locked in.
There you go.
Look like that nigga from Johnny. What's his Johnny Quest?
You ain't never seen him when he went to Dubai?
I did. He's wearing hair. He's wearing a robe and everything.
Yeah, we gotta cut this part.
Alrighty. So last night I had one of those dreams. Well, they call it a lucid dream. If you feel like you're in it for real, it feels real, or do you have to have some type of control? Because I didn't have control over this dream. I was just like, I was just a viewer of my actions in this dream. But I murdered somebody in my dream, and I had to deal with
that song, nigga.
Who was it?
That's the song. When you talking about I'm gonna shoot my teacher. That's it coming back to you.
Facts.
Yo, whoa, relax. But
who was it?
Who
was it?
I didn't know. I don't know. Maybe if I like wrote about it immediately, but like I was in a house.
Oh, you don't remember?
I don't remember.
Okay, so you didn't know, because I was saying, everybody in your dream is someone that you've seen with your own too. So
fair, but it was a house. It was in a house of people, and I don't know, bro. I went into a room. There was somebody there, and I forgot why. I don't know why. I don't remember why. Screwdriver to the head. After
that's
that,
a crazy way to go about it.
Get out of there. You feel me? I didn't really do much to try to like hide the scene or whatever. People find it. Like I dipped out of the room. People find the body. Now everybody, there's a murderer like in our presence.
Did you recently watch something like this? Like,
nah, not really, bro. And I'm gonna let you know.
Not really?
No, not really, to be honest. Okay. But I'll say all I can say, the anxiety of knowing you murdered somebody and like feeling that you were so close to like being caught or like this heavy burden on you. It was enough shame to make me want to kill myself in the dream, bro. Just
like
off
the person watching
I think it might be a deeper conversation there.
Bro, I don't know what this is about. Like, I'm a very peaceful person.
The person watching it, or like you as the person watching,
no,
or
me as the person
in the dream
who committed the act.
Okay, so how did you feel watching it?
Bro, anxiety levels through the roof. I'm thinking like, yo, did this really happen? Is this my life for the rest of my... Like, that's an irreversible action that you could never do again, like that you can never recover from. And then it
Screwdriver, you said. What kind of screwdriver? Phillips head?
You about to look up the meaning of the dream?
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up. What kind of screwdriver was it?
Maybe it was a Phillips head.
Okay, so it was a mansion or a manor? Like, or it was
The
just
one
a
that
regular
has
house?
like the 2 lines. Like
Okay,
a T.
so okay, got you.
Okay.
So was it like a big house, like a mansion, manor, or was it like a small? Okay, so like a big house. Was there a courtyard? Where did you escape to?
It was all in this house. It was
So
all
everything happened in the house, and many
Everything.
rooms, many floors. I'm assuming
Was it daytime
maybe
or
like 2
nighttime?
floors.
day or night.
Couldn't tell. I was in this room.
Okay, so
Dimly dark. I mean lit.
dim.
Dimly
Okay,
lit. Okay.
okay. Let's see.
So figure out what that is.
Interesting.
But I woke up and I've never been relieved so much to know that like that was not my fucking reality. But then I also thought to myself, we got killers on the loose out
Man
here.
or woman?
was
Who did you
sitting-
murder? Like
A man.
Man. Okay.
No bullshit. I think if I remember, this person was my grandfather. But I've never met my grandfather. My grandfather's dead.
the grandfather that was
the
racist?
grandfather of the story. No, relax.
Not that one.
No, because that would have made a lot of sense.
Neither of these
I
grandfathers.
don't know, yo, it's coming together.
No, neither of these grandfathers. I don't even think it was my actual grandfather. It was the grandfather of the story that was in this dream. You feel me? Like
Okay.
I don't even think within the family it wasn't like. So I think the other people in the house were also my family, but not my actual family. Just people who were considered family in this
So
dream.
it seems like you're trying to like eliminate or let go of something that you feel like is a prominent factor or feature in your life, and you've been like getting rid of it. So my assumption would be that now that you're like, this was the end of your like busy season for the week, you've kind of like been like, this is done. This part of it's done. But there's still like that feeling of like anxiety probably like around it, where it's like you're trying to figure out like next steps. How do you transition past this? Because now there's all these other implications that are around it, right? There's also that now we're transitioning, like now that you have more time, it's like podcast related stuff is coming up. There's also going to be like family stuff that's coming, like just stuff that you're still going to have to like tend to. Is just like now you have more time to think about those things and get to it. So you're like, I got rid of this thing, but that
There's
opens
more,
up more things to think about. That's what my interpretation would
Hey,
be.
man, I hear
That's
all
a
that.
great interpretation. No,
Nigga, you just got to pray.
Nigga said you're evil, bro.
Like, I said,
He said, God might help you.
This nigga
God
just needs
might
some
help
prayer.
you.
That's what you need, nigga. You need, tomorrow Easter, nigga, go to church.
God might
That's all I gotta say to
He said,
that.
you need some spiritual guidance, my
Like,
brother.
I don't dream at all, but I can't imagine myself having a dream. Like, I'm just out here killing niggas. Like,
I've had dreams like that, bro.
you kill niggas in your dreams
I've had, yeah,
multiple times.
yeah.
it should be okay to kill somebody in your dream as long as it don't, spill over into the real world. But
Usually for me, it comes either after like I finished a big project or it's like I'm about to start something crazy. And I know that like my stress levels are high. So like I might have like more aggression pent up and I'm thinking about stuff.
Bro, I gotta look into this shit. Like,
why you don't
Whether-
dream?
yeah, what can I do to like induce the dreaming?
Drugs.
Like, okay.
Hallucinogens. Easy.
There you go.
But that'll probably happen during the day, and I don't want that during the day. Like that'll be like I'll be awake when that shit's
I go
happening.
to sleep, bro.
But then when you go to sleep, it'll continue on.
Facts.
Bro, there's
Dreams-
mad times I went to sleep, smack. It's just you close your eyes and wake up in between.
Harder
Nothing
drugs.
in between.
Harder drugs.
Harder drugs.
You need ayahuasca, bro. You gotta see what that's about. I'm chatting. I don't know anything
Crack.
about that. DMT. Whatever.
Bro, that's interesting, bro.
I'll
You
never
so
do
you
that.
don't dream ever,
No, bro.
bro. Your life, bro.
have-
How do you do that? I need something to break it up.
I
You
don't
just
know.
close your eyes and you back.
yeah, like
Hell
facts.
no.
No, dead ass.
Hell
Dead ass.
no.
It's
nigga.
like-
I need something in between.
Wait, can you even
you
tell
wake
that?
up in the middle of the
honestly,
night.
It feels like severance when you go in the elevator.
That's what I'm
it's just
saying. You wake
like-
up in the middle of the night.
Do I wake up every now and then?
Okay, like I'm about to say, at least
Every
it's
now and
something,
then.
bro.
But
I
do
don't
you
want
know?
to
Can you?
and then back
Like,
to
I don't
it.
even have a consciousness of like, oh, something
time
happened and I don't
passed?
remember.
That's nasty.
Yeah.
Because I was in my dream knowing damn well like I was in there for a couple hours, couple sleep hours, like that lasted.
The whole time it was only like 15
You know what I
minutes of
mean?
sleep for real.
I don't think so.
That's how it be. Your dreams don't last that long. It feels like a long time, but you don't dream. You don't. When you're dreaming, you have to be in a specific state of sleep, and you don't stay in that state of sleep for that long.
Really.
So it's not that much. It's
felt
not that much
long,
physical
bro.
time, like in
felt long.
on this plane. Yeah, it's interesting. That's how it be.
It might be songs. You might need some Black Mirror shit to do that. Like just go into a dream when you want. Like, you know, how, like the first episode, she had like the thing to bring down her stress levels and shit like that.
Yeah,
Imagine
it's
there's a
like
machine just like, I feel like dreaming right now. Just put it on real quick. Takes you to a different world.
I wish I could just flip a switch and just sleep. And just wake up when I need to type shit.
know what he's talking about,
Wake
though.
up when you need to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to like put 4 alarms on my phone, throw my phone across the room. Because that's what I do now to make sure I wake up on time. It's like I throw my
also that you have to get up to turn it off.
Yeah, like
Apple apparently getting cut. They have a whole lawsuit that the alarms aren't functional.
No bullshit.
There's a lawsuit about that shit.
Like sometimes I'll be like, I swear I turned that alarm on. Or like
well, yeah, they changed their system though. They don't have the traditional alarm system anymore. You should set a timer instead.
What does that mean?
Well, on the iPhone, they have like a sleep time and then an awake time. It's different than a regular alarm. So sometimes it doesn't, it's harder to set. Like I'll show you, like
I do have a sleep time, like when you put your sleep focus on and then it'll like you have a time when you want to wake up.
Look at this shit, bro. Look at, like, if you go to like create it, look at the way that it's set up. You might go to add, it's like, all right, we're at 7. But look, it's like all these settings that come up where it's like, okay, you might want to repeat it every whatever. And then all the stuff, save, and then it's there. But now there's nowhere for it. Like if you wanted to do, like, there's no everyday option. Do you see that?
No, you gotta pick all the days of the week.
That's
kind of chips.
It's more work.
That's bad design.
No. They're close design. It's a very bad design.
It's just because it's more work.
It's actually mad dumb. I can't just say every day.
It's more work.
It's dumb as shit.
It's just iPhones that do that.
And like even then, if you turn off that alarm, but you need it for tomorrow, you gotta make sure you remember to like turn that on. Like I can't just be like, oh, tomorrow's a weekend, like so don't. Or like tomorrow, I don't have work tomorrow.
Niggas fucked up the basics.
Yeah, whatever.
It's an alarm.
It's ass. But I do have to put 4, throw it across the room so that when I hear it, I actually have to like get up out of my bed to grab my phone. I'll be irritated as fuck, but it'll effectively wake me up.
You got a lot. You're different than me, nigga. If I threw my phone across the room and I hear the alarm, I'm sleeping through it. I'll hear it and I'll be like, I got background music for the dream.
Or like, that's why you gotta have the most annoying alarm ever, bro.
My alarms be mad annoying.
Well, like the fucking.
Then you got to switch your alarm because you got normal.
On the iPhone it's weird, but on the Android phone, my alarm is a song that I don't like.
What's the song?
It's Miss Jackson by Panic at the Disco. It's not that I hate that song.
Miss Jackson.
Nah, it's not like I hate the song. I just am very tired of hearing that song because it came out while I was in high school, and I remember like I heard it so much that now I have like a distaste for it. It's almost like it fucks up my brain when I hear it. I don't like that song.
I see.
So I have to get up.
But did y'all watch the new season of Black Mirror?
No.
I watched the first 4 episodes.
Any of Black Mirror. Don't watch it.
Really?
Don't watch it.
You've never watched Black Mirror in your life?
You should, bro. It's not bad really up until like maybe like the last 2 seasons.
I've never been interested.
I wouldn't even say it's bad during those. Every season has like good and bad episodes, bro.
No, for sure. But the second and last season that came out was completely chips, in my opinion.
What episodes?
I couldn't even, bro. It stopped being.
That's not the one the Miley Cyrus was on, right? That was the season before.
No, I think that's the season even.
That's the season. British
that's
show?
The season.
All these American
prior
people.
to that.
Oh, okay.
The second and last one is not memorable because it wasn't good. That's when they stopped doing all this sci-fi dystopian shit and it became a lot more mystical. Like they had like an episode about like a werewolf. It's like, why? What are we doing right now?
Oh, that was dumb.
So it's like, what are we doing right now?
No, but there was one. There was like Netflix. There was like a Netflix.
Was that last season?
I think that was last season. There was a Netflix.
That one was cool.
And the girl's like life was being played on the TV show.
That was cool. That was cool. But like, I felt like Black Mirror made like this pivot where it's like we're not doing a Black Mirror thing. We're kind of doing like a Twilight Zone thing. And I don't like that. I felt I feel like what they started off doing. Say it again.
Twilight Zone did the same thing.
Well, I didn't watch the Twilight Zone like that. I only saw like
as well.
very few episodes.
Started becoming more just supernatural fiction.
Fair, but I just feel like Black Mirror is good. I don't know, because they bring on a bunch of different writers for each episode.
Yeah,
that's the thing about Black Mirror. No episode's connected to the next.
I like that.
You know what I mean?
In a world where I don't have
isolated story,
too much time to actually like watch a whole season of TV, I'm a big fan of like the mini series and just like these self-contained episodes. So watching it, it's got its hits or misses. The first episode,
I thought the first episode was cool.
Banger.
Yeah.
Banger. Hey, spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't watched the new Black Mirror. Definitely watch that first episode. I've actually urged mad people to go watch it. Like, oh, you never watched Black Mirror? Yo, just watch this first episode. You don't need to know anything else about the series. Just watch this joint right here. And like,
that's not the first one that they should watch. There's a lot of other episodes in the
No. They could go back to it.
Catalog that's like, you might want to start there. But
how did y'all start watching this show?
Bro, this shit came out.
I don't know how. I didn't say
how.
How?
I mean, it's on Netflix.
No, but how did you start watching?
Same way niggas started watching Squid. It's just, it was a show at the time that it's like, it's the show to
No,
watch.
it's not like Squid Games, because Squid Games from season 1 was like the thing.
At one point in time, Black Mirror was the thing.
I don't think I jumped into Black Mirror until it was like season 3.
You might have been
that's
late,
when it became.
Oh,
the
word!
thing.
You watched season 1 of Black Mirror when
it came
only
out.
season 1 was
It
out.
was a big thing. I'm just wondering how niggas, because it's British.
Yes.
I'm just wondering how like niggas found out about it. Like it was popular on
Bro,
social
because
media.
that first episode, I think it just went viral. Niggas was like, "What is this show? Like this shit's mad
That
abstract."
first episode was the mayor having to fuck the pig.
Yeah, like that shit was on the internet. Niggas like, "What the fuck is this shit?"
Okay.
I think the episode that got me into it was that girl who like, she basically like committed a crime and she had to do the same sequence of like events every single day, and they like, and it ends up her being on a game show where she's getting humiliated. You don't remember that?
I don't remember that one.
It might have been like Bear. Her daughter. She did something crazy to her daughter. She committed a crime to her daughter.
I don't remember that one.
And then they just punished her for like, and then like when she found out that she was on the show and that she was being laughed at this crowd and all that, she went through all this traumatic stuff. They like inject her with something to make her forget. Then she'd wake up in the bed again. And then she'd have to go through the course of the day.
This is the British side or the American side?
This is British. It was British.
Damn, I don't remember that one.
Yeah. But I love Black Mirror because I always just loved how they could, you know, take something that's like this technological advancement and like, yo, what's the worst case scenario if that did happen? So for Nate, for somebody who hasn't watched it, well,
I know I understand the gist.
No, I'm this first episode. Right?
Oh, I see what you're saying. You can tell me what happened. I'm not gonna like.
Oh, that's fine.
I'm not super interested in the show.
You got Rashida Jones. You got Tracy Ellis Ross.
Rashida Jones.
I don't like that either.
The biracial
queen.
I don't know. Is Tracy Ellis Ross biracial?
She is.
She is?
Yeah. Her dad was white and her mom was
Is she really?
raw. What's her mom's name?
Diana Ross.
Diana Ross. Yeah,
That's
exactly.
Her
It
dad's
just
what?
slipped my mind, huh?
I
Her
didn't know her
dad's
dad
what?
was white.
I didn't know her dad was
I know. I
Her dad was
know.
white, yeah.
Quincy Jones' daughter, Rashida Jones. She's biracial.
Yes.
Facts.
I fuck with Rashida Jones.
I love Rashida. Yeah.
She's tough.
Yeah.
Great actor. So basically, Rashida's character, she's got a husband, you know what I mean? And one day she just collapses and then she finds out she's got this brain tumor, but there's this new technology, this new surgery where they can, through technology, they can like remove the tumor and replace it with these synthetic cells that connect to this company's cloud server that could give that part of the brain the correct functionality that it needs in order for her to continue living, right? But here's the twist. It's a $300 a month subscription, right?
Well, no. You forgot a good point about that.
What's up?
Initially, the surgery is even free.
Oh, the surgery, yes.
They offer it to you free. They don't even tell you that it's a subscription package. I don't think that was pitched initially.
I think they did. She did.
Did she?
When he was in the waiting room and Tracy Ellis Ross came up to him and she's the agent or whatever who works for this company. She's like, oh, surgery's free. You know, we just got the subscription model, $300 a month. Just that, you know what I mean? And like in that moment, you got to think, if that's your wife who's literally about to die, if you don't do this surgery, it's clips. Like, I'm paying the $300 a month. That's a no-brainer. So he goes on to do it. She recovers miraculously, but there's a caveat, right? They say that you sleep a couple hours later. Like you got to sleep a couple more hours a day. You know, for whatever reason, for server load or whatever the case is. But like throughout the episode, it just gets more severe. Like they try to go on a trip for their anniversary to a different city. Shorty just turns off type shit.
The moment they leave the range of where he lives.
It's like having a cell phone service. You know what I mean? Yeah. Where it's like, if you're not in coverage,
range, right.
So they go back to the company like, yo, what just happened there? I thought we were in the right coverage. Oh, we're actually upgrading our towers. That's a part of the
premium
plus
package
program. Like that's a part of our plus plan for only $800 more a month on top of what you're already paying. So it just keeps getting more extreme where it's like, what she starts playing ads eventually. The woman who got the surgery, she's a teacher. Kid comes up to her like, oh, mom is, we're moving out because dad is da 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 da. And she's like, she turns into like a fucking ad reader. Like, have you tried Christian family counseling? And like that's what she does. Like she's having contextual conversations and the system or whatever is like pushing ads through her for whatever the occasion is. We talking about podcasts. Like, have you tried Shure SM7B microphones available now at da 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 da? And then they go back like, oh yeah, you got to get this plan, and it just becomes more extreme. And now they're not even a family that can really afford this. So the dad goes through links, and he's on this website that's like, I feel like it's kind of like a spoof of like OnlyFans kind of type shit, or kind of like the market.
I feel like 4chan
type. Where he's doing dumb shit for money, like put a rat trap on my tongue for $100 until we reach the goal, and then I do another thing. You feel me? And he just kind of like it gets dark and heavy, and it gets to a point where eventually I think both of them come to peace where like
this nigga didn't even say what really went down. This nigga put some shit up his ass, bro.
I don't have to be that specific.
Like, nigga, like that's the point of the episode where it's like, okay, he gets fired from his job because it got exposed to his workers. He got in a fight with his coworker. The dude, they're pushing each other back and forth. He pushes him. The guy falls onto the street. A tractor runs over him.
See, I was giving a synopsis. You giving the plot.
But that's the point to show how drastic it got to the point that's like, okay, he lost his job. There's no more money. Now he's just doing shit to sacrifice.
He's pulling his teeth
different
out.
parts of his body
he's
to
putting
get paid.
fucking things up his ass like for entertainment. It got crazy. So it got to a point where it's like they was like, yo, this is not work. They couldn't afford it at some point. So now she's back onto like the common plan and shit like that. So the value, what's it called? The quality of life is just in the dumps. So kills his wife at the end.
She agreed to it.
She gave him permission to do that.
But I will say,
that was dark.
To now have a conversation around it, because I don't even really care like that. But to have a conversation around it,
I don't know where.
She should have made that decision way sooner. She should have sat there and been real, be like, yo, this is not worth the extremes of you taking all these overtimes, you then eventually losing your job, and now you're doing all this body mutilation to yourself that it's like, we should maybe have the conversation.
He wasn't telling her that. She
eventually
she
knew,
wasn't
though.
aware.
She eventually knew, because she even said
bad, though.
I feel you, but she should also inquire more. This is your husband. You know his financials.
She's sleeping half of the day, bro. They said you got to a point. She was sleeping 12 hours a day.
No. Let's not do that, because there's a point where she gets like that, like the boosters.
Yeah.
And she's feeding into it like, oh, like, you know, you should have done this, but thank you. It's like, no, you make the decision, go return this shit, get your money back. You don't need it. You don't need it. She just wants it because she feels good about herself, because now she's orgasmed 30 times back to back, or she
didn't know it was gonna lead to that.
Bro, but you ask questions. This is your partner. You know the situation. You know you ain't got the money like that. Where's this shit coming from?
How far would you have gone?
If I was the husband?
Yeah, if you were in that situation, how far would you have gone? This is your wife we're talking about. This is somebody you love. And now, Nate, this is an opportunity for you to come in. Obviously, you didn't watch the episode, but you got to think, like, in this predatory system where, because I guess the social commentary on it is kind of like insurance companies. You know what I mean? Where it's like, we shouldn't be privatizing technological advancements in health and medicine and stuff like that, and, you know, making people go into debt for these things so that they could just have quality of life.
For sure.
So,
but at the same time, I don't know how far I'll go. That's a hard question to answer because I'm not in a position. I've never been in something similar like that to even gauge that, right? But she also could have made changes in her life. I get you, right? Yes, she's on the basic plan, so she has to sleep more, But if you do get a different job that does pay you more to help support your husband to balance out the workload, she could get a different job.
Now, you know what I was thinking?
But she chose not to.
When she got the boosters, right? So then for like a small time, right? It's like a temporary booster in 2K type shit. You took a Gatorade booster, you feel me? You got that shit for the next however many hours, right? They got one, and this one is like, this shit gives you supernatural abilities. Like, you want to turn up, there was this app.
Facts.
You could have given yourself any skill. Like, you could have given yourself any skill. You feel me? Like, you could change your mood, but you can also develop skills because they're harvesting it from other members of this
pool.
Yeah, pool.
Interesting.
So it's like, oh, I'll take Nate. If Nate's a part of this program, we could take his musical ability, and then I can turn up my musical ability.
But she just chose to just be basic.
Facts.
She could have made changes.
She could have been like a 10 out of 10 stock trader.
That's what I'm saying.
I feel
But she chose to just settle and not make her husband's life a little bit easier.
I hear you.
Yeah, I definitely would have just given. I wouldn't even have done the program.
Really?
It's not worth it, bro.
But he didn't know all that at the beginning.
Wait, no, I'm not saying that.
No. Initially, when you think like, yo, I could keep this person around healthy, not like keep on dealing with the you know, the situation.
But they have to go through this like procedure that's like experimental, and then
yeah. I mean, it's either death or experimental procedure. I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
Well, I think that's how they got the episode, right? Like, that's the worst that could happen. I'll just be like, yeah, it's over. It's not gonna work out. I'll just do like get you into like the best care possible without. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, bro. I think that's the best bet in that situation. Because what can you do, bro? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's always something. You get into situations like that, and it's like, if you're gonna have to pay like all the extra money in the world, like that you have, like say it's $300 a month, it's free to do the surgery, but then you know that there's like the $300 $300 a month caveat.
Mhm.
I gotta calculate this, right? 300. So
lot
in
of bread.
12 months, you got 36. No,
3,600.
Yeah, 3,600.
$3,600 a year. That's not the end of the world.
That's
That's not that crazy, but of
it
course,
got more
they
extreme.
couldn't afford
But
it.
Yeah,
we
but
knew
say-
that as the baseline. They couldn't afford
That's
it.
what I'm going
'Cause
based
then
off of.
with the
I'm not
plus
going based
plan-
off of like
So that you don't have to even read ads. So you could just function as a normal person and not even have to sleep as much.
800.
800 on top of the 300. So it's 1,100.
I just think the 300 if you can't
1,100.
if you can barely afford the 300, it's not worth it.
I don't know. I paid the 300. If they just kept it at that, I paid $300.
You could've kept it as
You
that.
would because you could. You have to think like him.
That's what I'm saying.
can't
In that
afford it.
situation, I just wouldn't have done it.
If my loved one, if this is like my wife, for example, they they were locked in however
But you're
many
talking
years.
about him.
They were celebrating anniversaries and shit like
Right.
that.
They
I'm
got
letting you.
kids?
No.
They didn't. They wanted. They were trying. They were
Nigga,
trying.
What? No.
Bro.
You don't
that-
have kids? Tripping, bro.
I
What the
would.
fuck.
I would go
I
and
didn't think that's
if I had the opportunity
important, though.
to keep
I
that
thought you
person
meant like,
around.
did they have kids? Like,
I'm
they
serving.
got the money. Like, they can make it
Nah,
stretch.
I'm
You
saying
saying
if
they
you
don't got kids?
bro. Like, no.
Move on.
That's
No,
crazy.
bro. I'm not saying move on. I'm saying like, bro, like, why? Why are you responsible for keeping this person alive at this point?
That's his
It's
love.
not your responsibility. No, it is your
It's not your
responsibility.
responsibility, though.
It is. It is.
How?
Once you get
Through-
married to
what they
somebody,
said?
it is your
Through
responsibility.
sickness and through health?
Yeah.
Yeah. Till death do us part.
But if we
She
could
ain't- well,
avoid
she did
that,
die.
nigga,
That's what
She
I'm
did
saying.
die.
She's
She
gonna
did?
die anyway.
But she didn't die. She was in a
If
coma.
anything-
She didn't die, actually.
But
in
she
a
was
coma.
like, but that's the thing. She's about to die. If you
Yeah,
don't pay all this money
she was
and
on
do
her
all this
death-
stuff.
She was on her
It's the
deathbed.
same thing in general. If you can't afford it, then you can't afford to keep that person alive. They couldn't afford it.
no, they
And
did,
let alone
they
the
have
plus
that
and
dog
premium
in
and-
them, bro. I'm serving crack to my community. I will make sure that we have this
Nigga
$300
said you could have went
a
to
month.
another community. Nigga said, nah, to my
No,
community.
to another community. You're right. We're gonna go to another community. Yeah.
So you're gonna serve crack.
Fuck yeah.
To keep your wife alive?
Yep. Break a couple lives to keep alive.
I can understand if
that
it was
was a-
like your.
That's actually most people, no?
Yeah.
To support their family?
I mean, I can
We
understand
talked
if it's
about
like
that
your
last week,
mom
right?
or
When
like
we
your
talked-
sister,
where we
like
talked
your
about, like,
brothers.
People think it's a
Your wife.
numerical thing, like, oh, I'd save 3 lives over 1 life, but if that 1 life is somebody I know, I'm gonna keep.
Mhm.
Yeah,
you
but
know.
I'm the opposite though.
Really?
I wouldn't save someone I know if I know that person is a bad person,
Why
or
would,
if I know that
why
person
would you
doesn't
be saving a
contribute.
bad person?
I'm just saying, I know a lot of bad people. I know a
But-
lot of people that don't
We're talking
contribute
about your
their
loved
lives
one,
to the
though.
lives of others.
Fair, but in this instance, the wife isn't a bad person. She just got the short end of the stick. She was unlucky.
She was unlucky, and she's
She's
dying.
not a bad person.
But she's dying. So,
Yeah.
so let me get this straight. So she's dying, and they can't afford the 300, but he's gonna make it work.
It wasn't even
They
like she
cannot
was
afford it.
dying, bro. Like she just like one day
Well,
was just
actually-
this came out of nowhere for them. It's not like they were prepared for that. It's like in the moment. It's like if Yves was just
Exactly.
unhealthy the next day, God forbid. You feel me? Like it's like
Why he say?
I don't know why you picked me, man.
it was just like the first person.
Could have been anybody.
Oh, my
Could have
fault.
been like, yo, just imagine someone just.
Hey, somebody.
I gotta give you something,
Also-
bro. You feel me?
It's crazy. But so they can
Gotta humble you
so
somehow.
it just randomly happened, and they can
Me.
and if he went through with the procedure,
Oh, I got a big brain. Da-da-da-da-da. I gotta be
I
humble.
shitted on myself the first 10 minutes of the pod, bro.
that's crazy though.
And then you
If you
gave us
can't-
allergies, bro. You didn't give us that. The answer you gave us is allergies. So yes, I'm throwing this on you.
So
They get mad at me.
so they couldn't afford it,
No.
and he did it anyway.
Yes.
Well, they couldn't initially afford it.
They couldn't afford it to begin with, let
If
alone
he had to take
the
some
other-
overtime shifts. Yeah.
But let alone the
That's just more
additional.
than overtime. I don't know
That
what to
shit
call
took,
that.
oh, I'll take a couple days
Because that
overtime.
nigga,
and
that
then
shit
it
said
just
Sunday
the
to
whole
Sunday.
week. Yeah, that's what that.
The whole month.
No bull.
Were they young?
No.
Or Rashida Jones is like in her 50s now.
Well,
close
like
to it.
40s,
the show makes it seem
40s
as if
and-
they're in their 40s, 30s. Yeah, 40s.
Well, they're trying
Yeah.
for a kid, so like she's got to be
Mid-30s?
within an 8. Yeah, you feel me? So
Hey, man.
you don't got a heart. It's okay. It's fine.
I do. I'm just like, if
You're
I
like,
can't
damn, there's so much I
afford
could
it,
do
like-
with $300.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if I can't afford it, why take it on?
because
It's
you
one of
don't
those things.
have
though.
something
It is one of
happen.
those situations.
But you don't have to.
It's one of those
course
situations
you
where
don't
it's like,
have to.
why show me something that I can't have? Because
That's
like
what
you're
I'm
just
saying.
kind of like just extending this process that you know is not sustainable. That eventually
I
it's
don't
like
get
this
it.
person is gonna die again, which is what happened.
So now, okay, let's look at it from a different view. In a situation where you don't, do you blame the tech company? Are they bad?
2:30, and we're back.
Oh man, I'm tired of negotiating with our roommates
And
about.
we're back. We're live.
I guess they're not roommates; they're neighbors.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm tired of negotiating.
Sweet
with them.
mates.
This might be
It's not
Beginning
the
of the
last
end.
episode that we.
might be the beginning of the end for this set, bro. I don't know. I don't know how much I could do this, bro. My heart.
We'll be here next week.
Yo, if we could have like
after.
continue recording, my day would have been fucked up. The rest of my day would have been fucked up.
He gonna go outside and be like, so nice outside.
Nah, bro, because like,
bro, you gotta live life, bro.
Because like,
what iCarly
my
said,
next
live life,
week,
breathe air. I know somehow we gonna get there.
That's a fact.
Be so wonderful, bro.
This is a vibe killer. It's a vibe killer.
You feel me? Type shit. That's a catchy. It's a good song for a reason.
She's telling you how she feels.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's how we should be living our lives, bro. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Back to Black Mirror. What were we even saying? Honestly,
nigga, we not talking about that no more.
I don't know.
We off that.
I don't remember.
Did you enjoy the other episodes? That's the biggest one.
The other one after that was the one that was in Cape Cod in Massachusetts. The dude where he was like going into the pictures and like going through like memory lane.
No. That was like
that shit was
fifth
fire.
episode.
You said, did I enjoy any other episodes?
I thought you said the next. You said the next one. I figured you were talking about the one with the two girls.
I didn't give a fuck about that.
Okay, my fault.
Wait, the one with the yeah, I didn't care about that. That's one of the ones that's like that's just too.
It was magical, magical because she could control like reality with the
beginning of it was interesting. I was like, oh, that's weird. That are cool. But then the moment they made it into like some mystical, magical shit, I was like, you wasting my time. I was like, that was a terrible ending.
Magical shit.
I was like, that was a terrible ending. I think the next episode that I did like was the one with the dude going into the pictures, going back through time.
I didn't watch that one. I started watching it. They gave him the kit and everything.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That's up there for maybe like one of the best
episodes.
Ones.
That gave me motivation to watch it because the last few episodes before that was kind of like it didn't give me like I watched the first one. I was like, yo, I'm about to bang out all of these episodes, and then
thought the same shit.
The one that really hurt me was the one right before the episode you're talking about with the guy. He's like playing with the game.
Why are there so many American actors?
He's letting the game like
But they're kind of doing both this season, both American and British.
Why?
I don't know why.
Obviously, pulling different audiences and markets. That's it.
Nigga, it's the language that gets us, nigga. As long as they're speaking English, I'm fucking like.
I hear you, but the star power. But yeah, the guy who was like being controlled by like the video game characters and stuff like that. That was just.
Wait, you watched that one next?
That's the order.
No, it's not.
Nigga watching this shit on shuffle.
Unless my bootleg.
I think it goes.
Unless my bootleg program.
I think it goes the one with the woman that she died, whatever. Then it goes
you're watching it on
the Office.
The two girls in the Office. Yeah.
Then it goes into I want to say
that guy who's getting controlled by Issa Rae. Issa Rae's the third one.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Fourth one is the guy being controlled by the games, and then the fifth one is the one you're talking about.
Okay, but you making that skip, I was like, wait, I don't remember going down in that order.
You like this Issa Rae one? That one was getting a lot of shit on Reddit.
You niggas really fuck with this show.
It's a good show, bro. You should watch it. You should watch it.
I'm not interested.
Y'all niggas be talking about wrestling every now and then. I just sit there and
not for this long. We ain't never talked about wrestling for this long.
We definitely give it a breakdown. We
never talked about it for this long.
If someone don't watch Black Mirror, they looking at this episode like
we ain't talked about wrestling for this long. Y'all niggas, I'm just surprised. Y'all niggas don't converse about shit like this often in front of me. I don't see y'all like talk about stuff.
I don't feel like we watch TV that much.
But I don't think you guys have mutual interest like on that level this much. Where y'all talk about it so much, unless it's not basketball.
I feel like we just don't bring it to the pod because unless it's like something that's like trending.
It's my man's, bro. Like
I'm sure. I'm saying in front of me. I don't be seeing this often. That's why I'm like, damn, these niggas really like this show.
I guess.
No, you just don't see it on the pod because we wouldn't talk about it on the pod if it wasn't something that was like in the zeitgeist right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not a random show. It's Black Mirror.
But we could bring Nate in. Let's talk about some music, hip hop. You know,
yeah.
Culture.
That's crazy.
You got a Kendrick topic for us?
You got a Drake topic for us?
Maybe.
I said Kendrick.
I'll come back to
Kendrick.
Am I like the Kendrick guy here? I don't even like Kendrick. Yves is the Kendrick guy, really.
What?
You like Kendrick more than me?
See,
wait. Now
we're doing it again. Let's not do it. That was a joke. That was a joke to say that's our like I don't know, our card that we always like can fall back on. We don't have to do it. We almost did it.
But you know what I will say?
You see that?
But you know what I will say? I think that I was looking at the video that I sent you guys the other day or yesterday, earlier this morning.
The video.
You was talking shit about Stevie. I remember that.
Oh,
I'll never forget.
I didn't watch the video. No bullshit.
Oh, I can tell. You try to say Stevie Wonder can't sing. He's not up there singer. You're bugging. You were tripping. No. You were
actor bag, bro.
No, you were tripping.
Stevie is one of the most
pod
talented.
Actor bag. We talked about that for like a week.
Stevie was one of the most talented. He's not in my top
one. He's not alive.
Huh?
He's not alive?
No, he's saying like he's
one of the greatest talents in the
world. You said was. I'm like,
it's the was.
It's the was.
Nah, he didn't. It's the was. God forbid. It's the was that got me.
Stevie is a top tier talent. He's not my favorite singing voice.
That's not what you said though.
I don't think he's up there in singing voice.
You said Mario's better.
I didn't say he can't.
You did say
sing.
you said Mario. You said Mario
Wonder.
sings better than Stevie Wonder.
You did say that.
And then you doubled down and you stood on it, which is crazy.
I was trying.
You start bringing out mad random niggas that
chatting just a
but
little
he's
bit.
on the stage with Whitney Houston, with Diana Ross, and with fucking
Luther Vandross.
And he's
holding his
the
own.
worst singer out of all of them.
He was holding his own.
No.
I don't even think we heard Diana. Did we hear Diana in that video?
Not in that clip. But there's a clip right towards the end of the song where Stevie starts blacking, and now Whitney's like, I got a black now, and then Luther's like, hold on a second.
Wait, but
If
he's
I got
blacking.
black,
Is he blacking with his vocals or the piano?
He's not even. They're standing up
all
singing.
just standing up singing. Based off of that clip,
nice.
I would say it went Luther, Stevie, Whitney.
Based on the clip.
Because we don't even see Diana Ross.
Based on the clip.
Just based off that clip.
I'll probably say that he's still like the worst vocalist of those.
Of the four. I'm saying based off
the three that I heard.
Just off of those 30 seconds or whatever.
But he was doing so
saw.
good that Whitney had to like exceed him.
Yeah.
And then Luther was like, well, if you're going to do it, then I got to take it to the next
crescendo. I was like, oh, shit. I was like, yo,
that nigga's a fool. Like, the crowd was going crazy for all of them, but then they went correct. They forced it for him.
You got to see that shit. You
gotta
got to put it
It's
into
a
the
good
fucking
clip.
thing so they can see it. They got to see it.
Great clip. But Stevie did good. And that's why I was like, it reminded, and Yves was like, our generation's chips.
No, but you saw that tell me, yo, Summer Walker. I hear that shit.
And I fuck with Summer Walker. She's not singing like that.
I don't want to hear that.
None of our generation is doing that. And that's what it made me think.
We don't have the soul.
I think that racism plays a part.
Pain.
It's because niggas at that point.
Wait. Rephrase that. Wait.
No, I'm not rephrasing shit.
Rephrase it. Repeat it.
I think that racism plays a role in why our music, black people who are making music today, why they are not as good as the black people making music before, talent-wise, musician-wise. Because back then, you had to be so nice that you could break through the color barrier. That's true. That shit was all up here. So you had to be up here even to get through in the industry. Meaning that you had to be like 10 times better than every white artist, maybe like 20 times better than all of them. So the music that our parents were taking in from the 80s, from the 70s, them niggas was crazy.
How you more shook than me? You crossed.
I see my legs just. I thought it was a mouse.
I
said, okay. So you said, oh, shit.
But them niggas had to be so nice that they got into the industry, period. Now, the industry's more accepting of niggas. They want more black. They're capitalizing off of our music to a different extent. They're seeing all the hip hop artists. These niggas can barely even write lyrics. Ooh. They're seeing all these vocalists. They can barely sing without auto-tune. They can barely hold a note. These are the artists that are getting through that look like us. And so when we don't get moments like that, we don't get to see these niggas have like a battle on stage where it's like they're in unison, they're in harmony, but we see that niggas is really like, let's do something right now.
We did get that Locks fucking versus performance. That shit's iconic. Niggas did get that.
Yeah, because of the Locks, not because of Dipset.
But think about what I'm saying.
I'm with you.
If racism was still rampant as it was in the 70s and the 80s, we would be spared of a Tommy Richmond Sexy Red collaboration.
On Dogs. That would have never even crossed. Sexy Red wouldn't even be in the industry. Wouldn't even be a thing.
It wouldn't be great enough to...
Huh?
You said Tommy Richmond and Sexy Red?
That shouldn't be a collab. I don't want that.
They have a song that dropped this week. This week.
That shouldn't even be a thing.
No, but
that should like...
It should be banned.
If Luther heard that music, they're gonna be like, oh no, it's over. That's why sometimes I wish Mike was really still around. Because I feel like he would have been one of the proprietors of being like, get that
interesting.
I don't want to hear that shit.
I find it interesting when people say that, like, yo,
bro,
like,
you at least got to be able to sing.
Biggie wouldn't fuck with this, or Tupac wouldn't fuck with that, so we don't know that.
I couldn't tell you for sure.
We don't know. They might have been like,
look at the niggas from their generation, though. Look at the niggas from their generation, though.
And what they have to say about
them niggas don't fuck with it. So it's like, why would they?
But there's other people on the other side of them, like, yo, I fuck with them. Like, they're doing their thing. You know what I mean?
It's a very small percentage, though.
And you think that has to do with
the
I think it's more so out of hate because it's like, yo,
accessibility?
Hold on. I think that's also out of hate. Because it's like, they're not doing half the work that we had to do to even get to that kind of level.
And I think that's
like,
valid.
These niggas are just saying whatever, and y'all like champion them.
I think that's valid.
That's a valid reason to hate some shit.
I'm saying that's what it's coming from.
But it doesn't mean that it's one or the other. It means it's both. It means that, yeah, I don't like what you're doing, and I'm also very upset that you made it when I had to work hard and be way better than you in order to get here. I don't fuck with that.
For half of the reward.
Yeah.
I agree. I think both of those things are very valid. Yeah. I can not fuck with you because I think you suck, and I can also not fuck with you because the fact that you're even here in the same position I was getting more.
Giants.
Facts. And you're a fucking midget. Excuse me. Like, you know what I mean? Shout out to all the little people out there. But fuck that.
Is that what you said? What made you say, who's a midget?
Well, because that's an offensive
term.
You're
standing on the if you're standing on the shoulders of giants, but you're not like taking it to new heights.
You're a fucking.
Gotcha. I just took it literal. I was
from
like,
Lord of the Rings.
You got mine. I'm like,
no. But I'm saying, like, you feel me? So for me, it's like, bro, if the industry was still more racist, if black people still had to be, because look at the artists of the 80s, right? Because you got someone like Rick James, right? Rick James was making music that could be considered like raunchy for the time.
Yeah.
Nigga could play mad instruments. Right, he was a virtuoso. He wasn't just a regular nigga who like could kind of sing and was doing his thing. He was also very talented in everything that he did. You feel me, music wise? Like New Edition, like some of them niggas could sing, some of them niggas couldn't sing, but they were choreographed. They had to pay their dues. You feel me, and do a lot of shit in order to even get to that point.
Package.
You know what I'm saying? And it worked. And they made classics, not songs that we're talking about right. Classic songs that niggas still talking about right now. Feel me? That nigga still play at the cookouts, still play everywhere right now.
We ain't got no Tevin Campbell right now.
Not at all.
No.
And like but it's disappointing, bro. And I feel like it sucks that like that to me is also. Listen, I think that's an aftermath of how, after a certain point, we started getting into respectability politics instead of talent, right? When it came to the conversation around race, feel me? Because to me, that's where people are like mistaking like affirmative action with respectability. Where it's like, no, we should let them in, even though they're black, even though whatever. Because that's not what affirmative action is. Affirmative action is giving equal opportunity. Saying like, if you're black and if you're white, whoever of the two of you is more talented should be the face of it. But somewhere along the line, they were like, no, you're black, so I want to give you more. I want to some extent, because I think the majority of it is also exploitation of like the black artists and then the black community and the way that we even like consume art and modifying the way that we consume art so that our standards are lower, so that the people that we're championing are like people that are like, in a sense, poisoning our community, similar to what they did with crack in the 80s and the early 90s, whatever. But all this to say, if the industry had higher standards still for black people, I feel like as a community, as a music community,
it would raise all of us
we
up.
would be better off because niggas would be more talented. Niggas would have been learning instruments. Niggas would have been fucking practicing their singing and learning how to sing instead of just fucking saying, oh, I can do auto-tune and now I guess that's good enough. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
So let me ask y'all. Your mission is to save... What we want to say, hip hop, black music? Where we want to go?
It's bigger than hip hop.
I think if you're saying black music.
Black music. All right, let's do that. If your mission is to save it, and you either have to, I'm going to give y'all two sides of it, right? We talked about it a little bit earlier. You got to erase one person that you feel like if this person's gone, this changes the whole trajectory of like, and things will be better because of it, right? Keep that in mind. And then on the flip side, I want you to pick someone who might not have been successful as they could have been, but if you could have gave them that stimulus boost to be the biggest thing ever, that would also change the course of where music is at right now. Who do you think deserves that? All right? Keep those in mind.
See, that's tough.
Because when we talk about like, okay.
I can't say that. That's crazy. Okay.
Wait, why can't you say what you're going to say?
I'm not trying to get into that.
Because you talked about auto-tune, right? You talked about less reliance on actual vocal training and more on auto-tune.
A couple niggas I can name.
Does the person, who would we blame for that?
Yeah, I was going to say it, but I didn't want to do it though. I fuck with T-Pain.
You don't got to solidify your answer, but we can have a conversation.
The first person I thought of was T-Pain. Where I was like, if that nigga never existed, bro, shit might be better. And it's crazy.
Now the thing is,
I don't know, but maybe though.
Yo,
what's the impact? What's the influence?
I think T-Pain. This is gonna hurt me to say.
Where's the positive influence?
I think T-Pain's use of auto-tune is not more damaging than Wayne's use of auto-tune.
Wayne did get crazy.
I think Wayne's use of auto-tune normalized it for rappers. Because T-Pain was very much still singing. He's a
That's
very
true.
much
He can sing. He's
like
he's
a vocalist.
He was creative with it.
So he's still
Kanye.
Wayne
808s.
Kanye's use of
I might choose
auto-tunes
Kanye.
too.
I would choose
Kanye knows he's
over
ass
Wayne
at singing.
I might choose Kanye over Wayne in that regard.
And it's the influence. You know how many people say 808s and Heartbreaks is my favorite?
Like no one says Rebirth influenced me to make music. They was like, okay, this nigga's on some weird shit right now. Let's just move on.
But without Wayne, you also don't get the Thugs, the Uzis.
That's why I said T-Pain. Because the first person I thought of was T-Pain, but then I thought about all the auto-tune, like people spawning from that like usage. And I was like, you know, Kanye, you can get like Tyler, you know what I mean? Fuck with Tyler.
So where do you cut the head off?
Yeah, because you do have to acknowledge that.
I want to cut the next step off.
You do have to acknowledge that by removing one thing, you remove all the
facts. Because
if you
remove Lil Wayne, now you don't have Nicki, you don't have Drake, you don't have Young Money, you don't have a lot of
None
things.
of that.
You don't have a lot of. I wouldn't cut the head off at Wayne. Do I cut the head off at? Do I cut it off at Thug though? Do I cut it off at? Even though I love Thug, I love his influence.
No, you don't.
Maybe I don't love his influence. I lied. Maybe I don't actually because of what it
I'm about to
created.
say, no, you don't.
Maybe I gotta cut my losses at Thug so that the rest of that shit doesn't happen in the future. You don't get, again, even though there's bright sides of that 2016 XXL freshman, I feel like that's kind of like the genesis of where like shit started to kind of pivot.
But that's still too fresh. Like removing that doesn't change much.
But that's why you remove Thug. Thug is like 2012, 2013.
Even then, that's still not that long. I don't know what harm Future.
I don't think
I stopped myself.
Future's influences
I was about to say Future.
I did stop myself, but I stopped myself maybe because of the content, not
necessarily. That's a
not
good
necessarily
point.
the
Now
style,
we got it.
Now
a lot of niggas
not
be
necessarily
doing drugs.
the music and the quality, but the style, like the
niggas
content.
Be doing
the usage of drugs.
Yeah.
And making it sound like real cool to
Type
put like
shit.
the usage of it in. Because before it was like, it's very common for, people that champion like weed smoking in a rap song. That was normal as hell. You know what I mean? Well, the popping pills, activists, lean, all that.
The shit was called Dirty Sprite.
Yeah, Future might, yeah.
No, I'll never forget. I don't
I'm
know if
standing
y'all.
on that. Yeah, Future. Future's the one.
Your pick is Future.
I'm picking Future.
That if you remove Future from the timeline,
music would be better.
Music would be a whole lot better.
I'm picking Future.
Ooh.
Future is the person.
I feel like even though I was kind of landing on Young Thug, I think Future would have a bigger impact.
I agree.
So I might be with you.
But if it wasn't him, it would have been someone else.
But it wasn't. It was him. So I'm taking him.
But what about,
we'll see.
Do you go further though? What about guys like Vanilla Ice, where you start seeing people getting introduced into the fray of music, where it's like, this person's not talented. Now you got the capitalism aspect of the music game, where it's not like the neighborhoods just freestyling and
I wouldn't get rid of him. I might get rid of Tupac instead in that regard.
Whoa!
I was having a conversation yesterday.
Actually, I might get rid of Eminem.
Yeah, I wouldn't get rid of Vanilla Ice. I think Vanilla Ice was never taken like super.
He didn't reach what Eminem reached.
Okay, I'll just try to throw a name in there.
If I was gonna say someone who maybe is not from like that background per se, I would probably say like Tupac. Not because
explain Tupac, because people are gonna get mad about that one.
I think that Tupac was a very talented rapper, very like formidable artist. I think that he was a very like overall just general like creative person. I think that he also engaged in personifying like rap, like that thug persona and let it kind of take over in a sense. You feel me? And I think a lot of people were influenced by him and looking at it as like, oh word, like being a part of like a gang. It's like, you don't have to be like born into it or like kind of like your family in that. You can like transition into that. And I think that hip hop story was dope, but because of the influence, I think that led to a lot of chaos.
But if you get rid of Pac, that fucks up too much in the timeline.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I would
get
get rid of him over Vanilla Ice when I'm talking about someone who kind of like transitioned the entry point.
The performative aspect of,
because he was also someone that was like very marketable. It was like engaging in all these things because like they knew it was a persona.
I'm still saying Eminem.
But it got him killed.
I can't do it though.
Eminem got too many.
I picked Future. I'm not picking Tupac. I don't think Tupac.
Eminem got too many
Tupac
white
would take
people
away
into
so
rap.
much influence.
Kendrick
Crazy.
wouldn't be around. A lot
You
of
feel
our
me?
favorite
That's
artists
that's
wouldn't be around.
backwards. I wouldn't get rid of Tupac. That's not what I'm saying.
Okay, for sure.
I'm
I
saying
don't
that
think we lose much if we take Eminem away.
bugging. Because then you also don't have like Tyler. You don't have Earl. You don't have what's it called?
But because no. But if your point is
wouldn't
that
have,
his influence is not that crazy, then you
That's
getting
not
rid
my
of
point.
Eminem
That's not what I said.
doesn't.
Wouldn't have Mac Miller.
I said he brought too many white people into consumerism of hip hop.
Wouldn't have Mac Miller though. Is it worth it?
I'm okay with that.
Wait. You don't think it's a positive that hip hop became a little bit more mainstream?
It's a positive for the artists because they
Yeah.
profited off it. I don't think it's a positive for the culture because
You
it's
say Jay-Z contributed in the same way.
that's a different conversation. I will come back to that.
I might get rid of it.
But
No. I'll fight you on
what
that
was I saying?
one.
What was I saying? I think
I already said
hip-hop,
Future though.
too many
so-
people pay attention to this shit who actually don't care about this shit. Too many people consuming to this who actually don't care about the sustainability and the livelihood of hip hop culture.
I think that's valid.
Take Eminem away from that. A lot of these people wouldn't care about rap.
But what if you take away Dr. Dre instead?
Oh,
No, Dr. Dre messes
He's
up
too
too
many
many
pe-
things
he's
up.
connected
It's
to way too many
it's Way
people.
too
Like
many
what?
pieces.
Snoop 50. You
You don't
got
need Snoop. You don't need Snoop.
NWA.
Because think about all the people you're naming. Think about all the people you're naming. These are all people that are
also
influential
made
when it
hip-hop
comes to
very
commercialization.
Consumer
Oh.
based.
Snoop Dogg, 50 Cent. Come on.
Snoop.
I think if you take Dre away, then you take them away.
What about NWA though?
But you take away Snoop, like he said.
I don't think you need NWA.
You don't get Lil
Where's-
Bow Wow.
I don't think you need
I don't
NWA.
think that's where you were going with it. That was
No,
a
I
joke.
wasn't.
but-
I don't think you need NWA. I think that NWA's influence is there,
Yeah, because when he said,
but I don't think you need them.
you did articulate it very well when he said Tupac kind of merged his lifestyle into that because
Right.
NWA was personification of gangster rap.
for sure.
But that's what they grew up
But
on.
yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah,
That's,
and
that
at
was
least they were
them.
from those
authentic.
neighborhoods.
Exactly right.
You feel me?
That's why I was like, I like the distinction that you made, but they might still be the catalyst to that.
Listen, take away Dr. Dre. I think if you take away Dr. Dre, you get rid of like that popularization
Take
of
away
gangster
Suge
rap.
Knight and a lot of shit doesn't happen. Take away Diddy. A lot of shit doesn't happen. No
Mm.
bullshit.
Can't take away Diddy though,
Why not?
because then you don't get Jay-Z, you don't get Rihanna. Can't do that.
Ooh, yeah.
I might not be able
That
to do
messes.
that.
I like to think some of these
messes with
niggas
too
will
much.
still reach success, just not in the way that we think.
Jay-Z, no,
I think
Then you get no Kanye.
no. Come on,
Without
you know,
Kanye,
and
you don't get a
you don't
Drake,
want to
you
do
don't
that.
get a-
Nah, let's
you don't
hold
get a
on,
lot of
hold on. Think
Yeah,
about this. Think
yeah,
about
yeah,
this.
you don't
No,
wanna-
I'm saying
you don't
think
wanna
about
touch that. You don't
No,
wanna
no,
touch
no,
that.
I'm saying
Leave
think
it
about this.
where
Is
it is.
Diddy really that connected to Jay-Z's
Yes,
success?
bro.
Yeah,
I still think Jay-Z would have
Bad
found success
Boys.
without Diddy
You don't
in
get a
the picture.
Mace. Can't do it, bro. I'm sorry.
No, I think some of these people are so successful.
Diddy's a
it
fucked up
still
person,
would
bro.
have
But I'm
happened,
sorry.
bro. I
His
still think it
his
would have happened.
contributions have been too much.
Not Jay-Z specifically. I think that yes, very talented, and I think yes, like the connections are not.
It's
just
not a
letters, like, you
direct
can say,
connection.
like Dame Dash,
But
you
it's
say
Biggie's
Biggie,
connection.
Biggie,
No,
exactly.
I'm hip.
That's what
I'm
saying.
hip. I'd like to think they still would have popped.
No.
Take certain people out
Biggie
the
would
picture,
still
they
be
still
rapping
would
in
have
Brooklyn,
popped,
bro.
bro.
If it wasn't for Diddy, I'm sorry.
It's not. Yeah, no,
He's not gonna become the Biggie that we know.
it's not happening. We
Not
wouldn't know.
the Notorious.
We wouldn't facts. No, it's not happening.
No. Sorry.
It's unfortunate, but it's not happening.
So you can't touch Diddy, bro. I'm sorry.
I think that Dr. Dre is a good option. I think Future is still my pick.
Better
That's
option.
a prime option. T-Pain is valid. Still, you might be able to get. You might listen, and this is people might not want to hear this. You might need to get rid of Rihanna. Listen,
Whoa.
I don't understand the
What
connection
does
there.
Rihanna do?
I think that
What harm does she
Rihanna.
cause?
It's unfortunate. Rihanna is like one of the many of the like vocalists who are like good, but not
Not great.
but not great. They're pop artists primarily, and I think that's fine. There's nothing
No,
wrong with
there's
black
too
pop
many of them
artists.
before Rihanna, bro.
What instruments does Rihanna play? Who before Rihanna was
Cassidy.
at Cass? Mm.
Cassidy.
Then get rid of Cassie. Then get rid of somebody who couldn't
Oh, I
sing.
said Cassidy. My fault. Cassie. Yeah.
Get rid of someone who wasn't like a great vocalist. Get rid of one of them.
You saying Cassie or Cassidy?
Cassie.
Cassie.
Okay. I was like, what
Get rid
Cassidy
of
do?
someone who wasn't a great vocalist, who was popular, who was famous. Get rid of them. Who's the one? Anne-Marie?
Yo.
No, not Anne-Marie. Who's the one? Well, maybe. Who's the one that sung that song where she was off key the whole time and no one knew because the beat was fire?
The one that sounded like Beyonce?
Yeah, get rid of her. Get rid of her.
I forget her name.
Get rid of her.
I know exactly what you're talking
Because that song was everywhere. Get rid of her.
That's what he said.
I think that to me might be that's the best pick.
What about Lil B, the bass guy? Him doing what he did made a lot of niggas get away with doing a lot of
So
bullshit
then
on
you're
the
really
track.
saying you're really trying to get a Soulja Boy then.
That's what I was gonna think. I was gonna say I'd
That's
rather
what you
do-
really
Maybe
trying to
getting
get
rid
at.
of Soulja Boy does a lot of good
That's
too,
what you're
though.
really
get
trying
rid
to
of
get at.
Soulja Boy. I like that pick. I think that's a great pick.
Because Soulja Boy was also a
He's the definition
crazy
of
transition.
you can make your own success from your bedroom.
Get rid of him.
No.
Yes.
But because of what he
Yes.
just said, he did open the doors for like,
who?
you don't have to just go
Who's
through
nice?
the industry.
Who's nice that didn't?
But then
go
that's
through
the problem
industry?
because there's no filtration no more.
Who's nice that didn't go through the industry
Who's nice that didn't go through the
right
industry?
now?
They might have eventually
didn't go
joined
through
the
the
industry,
industry.
but they didn't pop off because of the industry.
I mean,
they
you could
popped
say
off on their own.
you could say any of the members of Odd Future, right? Sid had like studio in their basement and they worked, but they signed like a deal to get the distribution to really start before they started dropping like albums.
You think they would have had that concept to do that on their own and be self-sustainable without a Soulja Boy?
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
like that, to
I mean, they
introduce
talk
the
about-
internet to me, like to I
Yeah, I
don't know,
never
bridge
heard
the
that
I
gap
feel like,
difference.
between
I feel
rap
like
and
their
the
business
internet.
model is just based off of what Wu-Tang did.
That's what I was saying. Noel and
Like,
Lil B.
maybe. I don't know too
Specifically.
much about the Lil B connection for them to speak
I don't
on
think
it.
they speak on Soulja Boy more than they speak on Lil B. This is about the internet stuff.
I think okay. So we got a couple names and we got them all for various reasons, right? You brought up Eminem because of the consumers that got brought in. It diluted the I don't know
the fan, like the audience, like the
the
people who are supposed to be.
authenticity of hip hop a little bit. Because now
That's
you
what- 'cause
gotta you gotta
honestly,
cater to
Now you
an
gotta think about it
audience.
too. The industry is thinking, yo, we gotta make certain. You gotta portray and make certain type of music to keep
Mhm.
feeding these type of
to
people.
sensationalize
No
your
bullshit.
lifestyle.
No bullshit.
to
Yo, fuck
cater-
Eminem, my nigga.
Okay,
no
okay,
bullshit.
that's fair. That's fair.
Bro, but
But
Dr.
then-
Dre.
Then on the other hand, you got
Bro,
Future.
you can say this because think about like 50 Cent, bro.
That's my answer. You can say what you want to say. That's my
Oh,
answer.
see, nah. The thing is, I want to get Rich and Die Trying.
That's what I'm saying. I feel you.
I don't want to get rid of Dr. Dre. And then
I
with
want that
Eminem, you don't
album.
get 50 Cent. But then we brought Future up for a very valid reason too. The
a different point,
introduction
yeah.
of just like
Yeah, no, Future, I feel like there's not really many.
making drugs cool.
There's not much like we haven't said much about like what are the positive things that Future has brought to the game. They're not really much.
Yeah,
I would get rid of him.
even
for
then,
sure.
you
I
would-
don't think there's
you're not gonna credit him for trap music.
not at all.
Trap
I
music,
just-
you give that to Jeezy, you give that to T.I.
Yeah.
Like
and then like the transit, the
Gucci,
evolution of
nah.
it would be other people. I wouldn't get. What has he done? Positive. He collab with Drake.
drop mad mixtapes.
Yeah, no, get rid of him. I want him gone. Actually, can we put me in that timeline?
Disappear. Yeah, no
Put
bullshit.
me in that timeline so I can see. Because maybe I'm bugging. But
I'm
I
not
want
mad
to
at
see
that.
what it's like. But
Not
I
mad
say
at it.
so. Future, you're saying Eminem.
Mhm.
Who are you saying?
He's purposely hasn't said anything
Facts, right?
because he's trying to keep it clean so that when he cuts it up, because this clip could
No,
go
I
somewhere.
want my options. I want my options. And I like the Future pick.
I fuck with
No,
Future.
you got to
though.
come with your own
Because-
answer.
I just think
I'm the
that
one who introduced the Future pick.
that is true. He did.
Did you?
Yes.
So with Future,
Mm.
I'm on team delete Future. We're here with it. Because Soulja Boy too, like I got
Future
third grade
deleted.
memories that are very crucial to me. That you feel me, Soulja Boy, I've been it up. Like
I would get
he was
third.
that nigga. He was-
Off that.
What's
People
up?
I just want to get rid of. Period. Jack Harlow. I don't know why the fuck he's still a thing. Every time I hear his songs,
Why
I'm
do you
just
hate
like,
Jack Harlow?
I'm just
He's
like,
not-
what does he
He's
do?
not one of the hateable people.
No, I'm
He's
just
not-
like,
he's
what
not-
does he
he's
do?
not-
He's very
Bro, he's-
very
Like,
on
I'm like, yo,
the
he's
list
kinda-
of hateable
he's
people.
pure white.
He's just
Drake.
like,
But he knows he's white. He's not trying to be anything else,
bro,
bro.
every couple months,
I don't need him.
And he
every
raps
couple months,
well,
I see a
bro.
song come out. I'm like, I never knew nothing about this. It's just mysterious
I've
music that's
never-
like
I've
going
never-
number one. And it's like, yo,
DJ Khaled.
what is this?
I've never felt like he's made a mockery to rap.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying
actually
that. I'm
You might
talking
not
about
enjoy
bro,
it,
I didn't
but
even
I
say
actually
that. I'm
feel
just
like
talking about
he's
hater
put-
shit right now.
You have to give
I
it.
don't like the nigga's music.
Okay, you don't have to like it, but as long as it's in good faith, I don't give a fuck.
Nigga, that's
I-
you. Who gives a fuck with you? Nigga, I'm saying what I'm saying.
I hear
What?
you. I think it's more problematic when artists don't have good faith in the creation process of their
Like I
music.
said, I'm not talking
And
about the
there's-
conversation we
there's
just had.
people
I'm
on
just
that
saying
list
people that it's
way
like, yo,
higher.
I'm cool on their music. I don't want to hear it.
And Tommy Richmond is my person. I don't know. Sorry.
I will say though, Jack Harlow seems like a cool guy.
Yeah, Jack Harlow
Seems like a real cool
I
guy.
fuck with Harlow.
I just don't care for his music.
I think he's valid.
Did y'all listen to Jack Man?
Yeah.
What is that?
It's on the
The
cover.
project.
He's like, yeah, it's a project.
Gotcha.
I
He's
did.
like
I thought it was
shirtless.
decent.
No, he's shirtless. Like
It's
and
like-
he's
it's
like
not-
back in his old neighborhood, and he's just rapping.
I
bro.
thought it was smooth.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
I
he had the
just
song
don't
about-
know what the hate just feels forced.
I don't
Forced?
hate him.
Yeah.
A lot
Every
of
hate
niggas-
is forced.
No, there's a lot of people worth hating, bro.
I don't hate Jack Harlow. I
I
don't
don't-
like his music.
I don't think he should
That's
be
what I said.
rapping.
That's what I said.
I don't think he should be rap. I don't think white people should rap.
Okay.
Oh, that's a
Okay.
crazy.
That's
I
not
don't.
why I said it.
So you think white people belong in rap?
If they're nice and they got the space to do it, I think they should.
Oh yeah, see, I don't know why you hating on
If he's
Harlow.
nice, he's nice.
Because Harlow's nice. I don't know what to tell you.
It don't
I think it's
move me.
nice. You just sound like a hater now.
It don't move me.
Because I at least have like I principle.
It don't move me.
I personally, at the point of that I'm at,
To me,
I think that if you're white and you're getting into
listen.
hip hop, maybe Harlow's an exception because he's been rapping.
No, here's my
If you're
thing with
in
it though, right?
2025, if you're white and you want to rap, stop. You shouldn't be rapping.
Here's my thing with him
That's how I
specifically.
feel. Do not get into this game.
But Jack
Do
Harlow
something else.
specifically
I don't know
is
if I
him
can co-sign
recognizing,
that.
yo,
Like,
I'm gonna take this blueprint from
alternative
Drake
jazz.
and I'm white and I'm gonna run away and do this shit. That's my issue with him.
I feel you.
He literally takes the blueprint from what Drake does in that specific pocket, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna try to make it my own thing." No, nigga, it's not.
I think it's too pop. It's too commercial for me. I don't think that it's good enough to be always in my ear. I feel you. Think that without them samples, who is Jack Harlow at this point in his career? He can rap.
Yo, you know, I don't know Jack Harlow. I don't know him, right? But I would I'd go on the ledge to say that he would be in this room right now if he was on this couch
And be like,
I hate those fucking songs. I only made those songs because that's what the labels put in my ear. I really just want to do this type of rapping. I feel like he would tell you that.
I
And I'm
agree
more
with you.
open to hearing that.
But
But
I
from what
fuck
I've
with-
seen, I'm like, I don't.
But you ain't
when
listen
he's
to the Jackman project, and that was the emphasis.
And he was
Well, maybe
spitting.
I need to listen.
When he really raps, when he's just rapping, he's tough. I think he's one of the tougher of like this generation of like mainstream artists. He's fire.
I gotta listen.
At the same time, he's also white. So I'll give him the pass only because I think that he's good enough, and he started before. If you're just now getting into rapping, right, and you're white, you should not be rapping. He's been rapping for a little bit. So smooth, fine. I think
What about the flip
2020
side to my question? And fair warning, I told the guy next door, like, yo, we just need like 25, 30
Right, I give it
minutes.
to Lil
we
Nas
at
X.
We at the 30-minute mark.
To
So
propel someone's
at
career.
any time,
I give it to
we
Lil
might
Nas
have
X.
to get ready to wrap this up. I'm just fair warning. All
I
right.
think that Lil Nas X should be the #1 pop star.
So
in
the
world.
question is, if you could boost anybody's career
Give it to him.
for the good of music,
Yes,
Lil Nas
I
X.
give it to him because he makes good music.
Oh, hell no.
His music is not only good, but the nigga on a representation level, the nigga's fire. You feel me? The nigga does a great
As long
job.
as he doing them bullshit videos, I can't go.
What are you talking about? Bullshit video. Name what video are you talking about?
Yeah, we talking about the stripper pole to.
So you're talking about music video.
Yeah,
You're not even religious. You just hate for no reason, bro. You just hate.
No, because
Why do you hate it?
You know why? I'll tell you exactly why I don't like Lil Nas X, right? Because
No, why do you hate that video? That's what I asked.
what the video embodies. It's not. I'm not getting up all in arms like, oh, he danced on the dove. It's just how thirsty it is to be controversial, to be something that people are going to talk about, to be such a like. It's not just like, hey, I just put this piece, this art piece together, and whatever conversation comes from it. Whatever.
I hear you.
He's going out of his way to make it a talking piece and get under people's skin and doing it intentionally
At this
and
point
trying
in his
to
career,
manufacture.
at this point in his
controversy.
career, that's not what he's doing. And
Maybe
I think that even at the point that you're describing in his career, because I'm assuming that you haven't kept up past that point.
I didn't know he had new releases.
That's what I'm saying. So you haven't
it
kept
seems
up
like he
past that
kind of
point.
like
At that point,
went
at
off
that-
the map.
at that point, I don't think that he was manufacturing controversy. I think that he had gotten to a level of
What?
fame. Listen to what I'm saying.
He
Listen
had
to
the shoes with the blood on.
Listen to what I'm
them
saying.
and
Listen to what I'm saying. I think that I'm talking about in the music. I'm not talking about the shenanigans.
all the
'Cause there's
shenanigans.
shenanigans. Okay, but that's
But
not.
if you
but
make him
said
the
the
number,
videos,
if
but
you make
said
him,
the videos,
if you make
though.
him the #1 pop star,
But you said the videos.
it comes with magnetizing, magnifying the shenanigans.
I think that if he was given the push, if he's given that like spot where he's like the #1 person
he doesn't need to do
in
that.
pop, right? Then that he wouldn't be doing.
He would
that.
just need to be focused on making good music.
Yeah, because the music's already good. The music's fire.
Mhm.
I remember when I was telling you to listen to the album, Montero, and you were like, no, it's a little nothing. And you started listening to it, you're like, all right.
It was a little poppy for me, but like
I mean,
it's good
it's
music.
pop music.
I feel you.
But it was good.
Yeah.
The nigga doesn't make bad music. I can name probably 3 bad songs that niggas have ever dropped. That's crazy. That's not normal. But because of the shenanigans, I feel like there are people that have like turned off him to the point where it's like now he's making like, he's continuing with the boppery. You know what I'm saying? That has never stopped. But now it's like, all right, I have to do this in a different way than what I've been doing before. I have to figure out a different way to market myself and a different way to do this. And it's like, so that I'm attracting the population. What I found for Lil Nas X though, because you're a straight man. I don't expect you to listen to Lil Nas X. It's not your audience. And you're also a hip hop fan. You don't listen to pop music primarily. That's fine. So I wouldn't like, either way, this wouldn't necessarily like impact you. But I think it's gay people and gay men specifically and gay black men specifically that are not fucking with him. And that
Really?
I don't like.
You think so?
Yes. I see these niggas, they're talking about Miley Cyrus, they're talking about Dua Lipa, but Lil Nas X, I see them in the comments. They're like, washed, not trying. I'm like, whoa, you hate yourself. That's why you don't fuck with him.
Mm.
So to me, if Lil Nas X somehow was the number one guy,
giving them a bad rap.
Lil Nas X is name another black man who is gay, who is outwardly gay, right? He's out and he's making music where he's highlighting his sexuality in his music and also making bops. Name one other man. There is not another one. He needs to be that person, but they're rejecting him for bullshit.
He needs to be the number one pop artist because of that.
Because his music is good. I think that if he was the number one pop artist, it would do massive shit for the black community, first and foremost, but also for the gay community and for the LGBTQ plus community. To have that type of representation where the nigga is making good music and the nigga actually is like maneuvering to a point where not only is the music a reflection of like his life, but he's more grounded. He was fucking like, he was 21, bro. He was a kid.
No, I'm not kidding.
I'm just saying, like, the nigga, because he just turned 25. He was a kid.
He don't got
Huh? He was a kid. He was young.
He don't got the hits
21.
like that, bro. I'm sorry. He don't got
At that point, you would have still been in college, right?
He don't got the hits.
You're a kid. You're an adult, but you're a kid.
Yo, Nate, he don't got the hits like that, bro.
Nigga, your frontal lobe not developed. You're a kid.
Yo, Nate, you're not hearing me.
He doesn't have hits like that.
He don't got hits like
Get
that.
the fuck out of here. What the fuck are you talking about?
Well,
he doesn't have hits. Nigga, I literally asked. You know what? This is the problem with these niggas. No. This is the problem with these niggas. Because they'll do anything to diminish a nigga's shine. The nigga doesn't have hits, Yves.
I think he got bops, bro.
Yves.
Hits? No.
That's semantics. Bob's hits.
No. I listen.
Nigga, what is a hit to you?
All right, peep this.
What is a hit?
Let me explain my position. I can listen to music and be like, okay, this could have hit potential, but I actually can't.
You don't think he has a single hit?
No, he has Industry Baby. You feel me? He's got the.
Hey, that's not even the song I thought you was about to say.
Because there's so many.
No,
because there's so many. Call Me By My Name, number one. Industry Baby, number one. Fuck, what are we talking about?
I'm really asking you. As someone who's not even like really tapped into the pop music, but pop music gonna reach you if it's.
Old Town Road wasn't the number one song forever.
That's a horrible song, bro.
It's a hit, bro.
It's a hit.
Sure, bro.
It was a hit.
That's not reason for him to be number one.
That's not what I'm saying. You just said he has no hits.
He don't make.
You just lied.
He don't make them
you
joints
lied
like
on
that,
these
bro.
podcast mics. These government-funded
That's what I'm saying.
podcast
I'm not mistaken
mics.
this conversation, but I will say he does have hits.
No, I'm not saying he don't have.
You did say he has no hits.
You literally said that word for word. He doesn't have hits. He drunk.
He just don't got that shit, bro. Like, he don't got that classic transcendent shit. Like, it's not going nowhere like in 10 years. But
a lot of artists don't.
That's what I'm saying.
Like a lot of artists
What are we talking about? And that's also
I even had a debate with you that
Post Malone not got better hits. I even saying your man. Post Malone. Post Malone got better hits than Lil Nas X.
He might have more hits.
He got better hits.
Oh yeah, you're smoking dick. That's
better hits.
Yeah, we might have to fight
shit
about
I actually want to listen to.
We might genuinely
and I don't even want to be listening to Post Malone.
We actually might have to throw hands. That's crazy to me. There's no way you just said that. There's no way this nigga just. Bro. There's no way you're saying these things.
And
to
that
me.
was just an. I'm not
nigga said that.
I'm not even standing on the Post Malone
this
thing.
This fucking crusty white man looking crazy. This nigga, not even from us.
I'm just talking about music.
Betrayed us, if anything.
I'm just talking about music.
Better. You would rather listen to that nigga.
He wasn't behind my team, so you know.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But, listen,
I don't really even care about the
21. You didn't fuck with 21. Him and 21 was like, you know what I mean?
I didn't really like that.
I ain't like that.
Rockstar. Is that what it's called?
The album was tough.
I didn't like that song.
You're saying that you would, bro? They make.
When I listen to
Doja
got like really good. They're not just hits because they went number one, but they're hits. And they just really like that.
You like them.
I would listen to them again.
You like them.
Yeah, I like them.
But that doesn't mean that they're not. That doesn't mean that just because you don't like it, someone else's
music
doesn't mean
I'm
it's
clarifying.
But you liking Post Malone over Lil Nas X is nasty work to me.
I don't really care about that. I just threw that name out there, but I'm not really like ready to.
If you said Doja, I'd be like, oh,
but like
that's reasonable.
There you go.
Post Malone, I was.
But
crazy.
just to say Lil Nas to be the number one, and it's like how many hits he gave niggas, bro, like that. Like that's all I'm coming down to.
What does that have to do with the hypothetical?
That's all I'm down. I hear you. Yves, you got one?
I don't know. I was looking through my library that whole time. I'm like, who deserves that?
Who deserves that?
Who really deserves that? I don't know if there's many artists right now that could stand on to be like, they deserve that type of spotlight. What is the question? Let me make sure. What is the question?
Be like, what side
if you
gun,
could give one artist you think deserves the stimulus boost.
No bullshit though. That might be all right.
You feel me? You give them a boost like, yo, they just didn't get the opportunity. But like Isaiah Rashad, bro, that's a person I might give this.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
If you're thinking about people like that level.
Maybe like Smino.
Smino's up there. I would have said Roy Woods. I think Roy Woods is very, very talented. It's like he didn't get the opportunities that he should have gotten. That nigga's nice.
No bullshit.
That nigga's nice as shit.
blame. You know
I'm gonna tell a name.
I'm thinking you meant like they're on some biggest artist in the world now type of shit. But you saying just a boost?
Yeah, like give them a stimulus boost. Yeah,
give them the boost that they deserve.
I'll say Roy Woods. I'll say Jeremy. I'll say who else? Who else do I think should go up there? I think Smilo's a good one. I always thought Smilo's dope, but it's just like, damn, why didn't it get
Division?
bigger? You know what I mean?
No, Division's nice. That album that they had.
I wouldn't.
I'd rather say Majid Jordan than Division.
Amusing Her Feelings was a great album.
I wouldn't say Division. I don't think
Let me see.
they're fire, but they're not like.
And back in the day, I used to listen to a lot of Nick Grant. I don't know if y'all know who Nick Grant is. That's not my pick, but
yeah, I don't know who that is.
Maybe hip hop would have been different.
If it's just a boost, that's a different conversation.
Nick Grant, yeah.
That's why he didn't blow up.
Yeah, tap in.
Name you gotta be like he can't be a modern day wrestler.
Damn, I'm just looking like, damn, why Snow Allegra ain't fucking make music in a long time? Wale?
Wale's a good pick.
Wale got good music. I just don't know.
Wale's a good pick. That's a good one. He deserved that.
And what happened?
All right.
The labels don't fuck with him because he's a little outspoken. He talks about that on his record sometimes too.
Tight shit. All right, before we get out of here, you can still think about your pick, Yves. But before we get out of here, we're running, low on time. At this point, we being disrespectful to this dude. You know what I mean? I told him 30. If he started playing the band, drums at any given moment, I can't even blame him, right? But NBA playoffs starts. Did it start yesterday?
That's crazy.
Today. Starts today.
Talking about the NBA playoffs when you're supposed to be talking about Boston artists is nasty work. Let's do that instead.
All right, I'll do that. Hey, man, I just want to give a huge shout out to friend of the show, Key. She's been on the pod a couple times, and we're very supportive of, what she got going on. And she's been developing this product for a year and a half now. I was talking to her about it. The process, it was very involved process. There's a lot of
regulations
smoking different strains,
go
regulation.
For
like,
sure.
Look at this packaging. You feel me? Like, I think it was real dope. And I like things like this because
weed? Oh.
No, it doesn't have to be weed. It's a product.
I understand what you're saying.
You know what I mean? And I think artists should keep that in mind, that when they think if this is something that they really want to do for the rest of their life, it's got to be something that's financially sustainable. And when it comes to being an artist, you got to be a lot of the times the way you make your money is something that you actually had to put like blood, sweat, and tears into in terms of like, you got to go do the performance to make that money. You know what I mean? That's you actively being there and having to take your time and your energy to get that return on investment. But when you have a product, this could live beyond you. This could make you money while you're sleeping type shit. You know what I mean? And this could, obviously, this one, this is her brand type of thing. But I always my reference point is like Rap Snacks and Master P. You don't need to know who Master P is. You don't got to like Master P. You might not have ever listened to his music, but he got Rap Snacks. And that's going to keep making him money even when he's not relevant anymore in the music scene or whatever the case is. You know what I mean?
He doesn't have to be relevant.
He doesn't have to be to keep it going. I think this is a great example. More things like this, leveraging your brand, leveraging your personality to create products like this. And people going to support. And I have tried it.
What's strain?
It's a more sativa. And she in the conversation I was having with her was that she wanted that. She didn't want the indica, because that's the biggest thing is like, I would still cop it, try it out, but indica's not my favorite at all. I try to stay away from it because I'm not about to pay for weed just so I could be mad tired and be slumped in the couch and shit like that. But it makes you feel good. In terms of like, I don't get the feelings of being paranoid or feeling like, if anything, I smoked it during my session with Sammy on Thursday. And if any, once I smoked,
smoking in the studio and shit,
I actually think it brought like my inhibitions down. Like in terms of like being super high, like hypercritical about like the mix or whatever, or I'm just like more present in the moment. It brought me down to that point. You know what I mean? So not all the way like can't work my brain type shit. Like I'm not fried, but my guards are down a little bit.
Is that because of the strain or is it because of how much you smoked?
I only smoked the Bliss. I didn't smoke a lot. I don't smoke often. So
okay, so that's dope. Yeah. Shout out to Key. You know what I mean? I think the packaging is dope.
It is.
It smells good. It don't smell dank. It got a little fruity scent to it.
Oh, that's cool.
You know what I mean?
What kind of fruit does it smell like?
I don't know. You tell me.
No, I'm not smelling it.
You're not gonna smell it?
No, I don't.
Here you go, Yves. But I just want to give a
good packaging though.
I think the packaging.
I think the release was dope too.
Oh,
and I loved. And I loved the video that she put out where she was talking about it and like the post, like going through like how long like this has been like in the making and everything. Like I think it's dope. It's a good opportunity, and I think that I'm excited to see like how this opportunity kind of like is engaged in like that ripple effect to see like where the ripples land next. You feel me? Like what's next? You feel me? For like, because Key is not like some like super celebrity. You know what I'm saying? At least not at this point in her career. Like she's still like local to some extent. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's good that like
got the potential.
You have for sure. But I think that it's good that like someone who is on a local level is collaborating with local presence. You feel me? And local businesses. It's a new business,
exactly.
In order to present something that's like can become something bigger than the city, can become something bigger than the state. That's fine. I mean, that's what we need. That's what more artists need to do in general.
It's funny,
you feel me?
It's funny you say that because on the other end of it, I was at an event last night with Victoria. It's a sponsorship between her and Brooks Running.
Yeah, I saw
the company. And she designed like these tote bags and like just different stuff with them. And I think it's dope too, because that's the whole thing, a part of the Boston Marathon weekend. You know what I mean? Just like leading up to Boston Marathon.
This weekend?
Yeah. Like it's a part of like their activation,
like
their campaign and stuff like that. So to your point, I think it's the other side of it as well too. Just like seeing people that, you know, we've been in rooms with, opening up doors, bringing in people into what we got going on here. And that's also dope as well. So that's my shout out. Shout out Victoria, what she's doing.
It's happening a lot, bro. Like, there's so much going on, like on like a music front, on like I seen like some people got like architecture that's going up. It's crazy. But
Jahari.
Yeah, Jahari.
Yeah, that's just dope too.
What happened with that? Going up on the Greenway.
Yeah, I don't know if you've been around the area, like the area around South Station where they got like the green in the middle of like the street, kind of like splitting like the road.
How do they describe it? But it's a sculpture, but it's like a.
You're not talking to the white bro.
He's not?
Yeah.
Nah, he's like. Oh yeah.
But it's in that area. I don't know what to call it.
It's a sculpture, but it's an activation. It's live activation.
Yeah.
Live art. Like,
where is this at?
In the Greenway.
That's what I was trying to explain to you. In front of South Station, like that the Greenway area. That's where it's at.
And so it's a swing.
Like, not too long ago, they had like the mural by, I want to say it was by Pro Black.
Yeah.
Where the art, like the DJ. I don't know if you ever saw the mural, like the big ass mural.
Yes, that big mural.
So it's that area.
Yeah.
Okay.
That area. They frequently have artists have art displayed there.
Okay.
So who we're talking about right now, Jahari, she has like this sculpture work that she's putting up. It's like these earrings that she's designed that are like swing sets.
You can swing on them.
And I think there's more to it, but that's what I saw.
In fact, that was like the first part of it.
I remember she told me that like maybe like 7-8 months ago. She's like, fire. You know, like I got this coming on, da-da-da. I'm like, bro.
And there's gonna be people in and out of the city that engage with it. Be like, yo, it's fire, you feel me?
Facts.
That's the type of shit that niggas need.
For sure. Nigga, we was walking on New Bay Street last night. We seen someone that had Victoria's bag. She's like, yo, that person has my bag. I'm like, yo, that's wild. Like, no bullshit. Like, you walking by the person who designed this shit.
And they don't even know.
They don't know.
They don't even know. That might not even know.
Did she approach that person?
No.
Let them
go about their day.
You gotta be cool. You gotta play it cool.
I know, right?
You gotta be like, that's tough. You gotta have an aside. But then you gotta be like,
no, that's fine.
Oh, that's a nice bag. That's a nice bag.
And it goes to show like things like this don't happen overnight. These are processes.
You gotta work towards it. You gotta work towards everything.
Jahari, yeah. 7 to 8 months. Key talking about a year and a half, journaling. See, that's the thing. I'm not even explaining it the right way because I'm not a weed connoisseur. You feel me? I can't break it down all the way.
I feel you.
But
you gotta get the real weed.
That's what they had to do. They had to like smoke it, journal it, you know, compare all these different strains. So it's a process. You know what I mean? None of the shit happens overnight.
A good time with that one though. That was like that. So it's a gamble though. Smoke some shit, be like, whoa, not that. But yeah, I mean, Evie dropped their project. You know what I mean? Panic. Fire. You feel me? Got some good songs on there. That was like their first like collaborative effort that they dropped since they dropped their first joint. It was a press play. Is that what it's called?
I'm gonna have to tap in.
What's it called? Press play?
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the first time that they like have dropped their collaborative stuff. Maceo dropped his album with Ed O.G.
And Ed O.G. that's a staple in the Boston scene.
Yeah, bro. One of the OGs from Roxbury. You feel me? One of the people that never left the city, you know what I'm saying? Because we wanted to like continue to build like the infrastructure and like make sure that like you can show that you can still be like someone that's involved in like hip hop on like a larger level, a larger scale while still maintaining in Boston, keeping your presence. So shout out LG, you feel me? And then like, yeah, that Maceo album is crazy. I haven't listened to the Panic album as much. That sounds crazy. I haven't listened to the EV album Panic as much. But because it just came out. But I've listened to Maceo's project a bunch of times. You got some shit on.
And it seems like the theme of these
Panic's fire
three stories is like these are Boston artists working with what they have in Boston to like even boost the Boston ecosystem in a way.
Most def.
You know? So shout out to that.
Man. It's good work.
Don't you love how the drummer like he gave us the 1, 2, 3 just like
that's a warning.
Just letting y'all
Wrap it
know.
up.
But yeah, man.
So we gonna get out of here. NBA playoff predictions. Maybe we could do that another time or
I
whatever.
mean, it's a quick hit.
Quick hit. All right.
Who's winning?
Nuggets.
Who's winning it all?
I think the Celtics are
Denver.
coming out the Eastern. I think the Eastern Conference is the most
For the
boring
Celtics?
aspect of the playoffs.
Nuggets losing.
That Western Conference though,
Yeah.
Celtics losing in the first round.
Hold
every
up.
series.
Remind me, because I
is a
didn't catch it.
banger.
Who's in the who made it through the play-in?
Uh,
The Warriors.
The Grizzlies. The Grizzlies are going to be up against
Eighth?
the Thunder on the AC. The Warriors will be
Seventh.
playing the Rockets for the second seed.
Oh, they're winning that.
You think so? I
think
agree.
The
I
Warriors are
agree.
winning that.
I think when you've been there and
Too many
you've done
playoff
it and
teams
you've
are ass.
accomplished it,
So what?
Too many playoff teams are ass.
I think experience can beat talent in that situation.
I want the Magic to win so
and that's
bad.
why the Celtics are scary though. No, they're not going to
I
lose
want
to
the
the
Magic.
Magic.
I want
bro.
the
The
Magic
Celtics
to
have
win.
been there,
Against the
bro.
Magic?
The
They
Magic
unlocked
be
it.
beating them though.
Yeah, they do.
The Magic
I don't
be
know
beating them.
why.
It's
In a
weird.
regular season game, bro. That's
Yeah, but
not-
like,
But like
frequently.
for consistently
Like,
too.
frequently.
Though.
It's
Like,
like-
they be beating them.
Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, for multiple years now.
I wanna
We've
see
been losing to
something
the Magic. I
no
don't know
more than
why.
5 games.
Nigga, we lost to them one time back to back. It's like, how does that happen?
I want to see something happen. I want to see
All
something
right, wait.
interesting. That'd be crazy if the Magic
Let's
won.
make it quick hits. We don't really care about the Eastern Conference. I don't care. I'm saying the Celtics are coming out of
Conference finals on the East.
You know I'm selfish. bro.
Celtics. I
know
don't even
this.
think it lines up that the Knicks
I don't
could
know
get to
the
the conference
seeding.
finals, right?
that. Bucks. Celtics.
Second
Bucks.
seed. Who's second seed? Who's the Celtics? Who's the first
The
seed?
Bucks probably. the
No.
second seed.
The first seed is the Cavs.
All right, yeah, Magic Cavs. Fuck it.
Facts.
Magic.
Fuck it.
Oh, you're smoking crack.
Magic
I don't
Cavs.
know how
conference
the
finals.
seeding works. I don't know how it
You're
works.
smoking crack.
I want to see the Magic do something.
I don't even
fuck with-
care.
like, bro, since I was a kid, I like the Magic's
Conference,
colors.
fellas.
Bro, the Nuggets. I already
I
told
think
you.
the Warriors are beating the Rockets.
Okay.
Who are the Lakers against?
The Lakers are versus the Timberwolves. Lakers cleaning them up.
Yeah, Lakers won that.
Cleaning them up.
And
So then that
that
means-
nigga ain't about to fucking dethrone LeBron right now.
It's not happening.
That's
So then, boom. Okay. Then we got
Thunder versus
Grizzlies.
Grizzlies. Taking the Thunder.
Thunder.
Grizzlies.
Thunder.
Let me
I
look
want
at
to see.
this
I
bracket.
want to see that nigga jaw about to turn it on.
Yeah,
Y'all
but
niggas don't
like,
be room for the underdog.
I'm not
I
delusional.
try to say things that make sense.
Thank you.
I don't
bro.
think that's gonna work out.
Well,
Jaw's gonna
I'm
have
still
maybe.
going with the
Jaw's gonna
Nuggets.
have like two
Nuggets versus
crazy
Clippers.
games.
I think the Clippers are a
I think
sleeper,
Clippers win that.
The Clippers
I
are
think
a
the Clippers-
sleeper.
bro. Yeah,
I think
with
the Clippers
Kawhi.
win
With
that.
Kawhi. Yeah.
I think the Clippers beat the
Clippers
Nuggets.
are a sleeper.
No, I think the Clippers beat the Nuggets for
Sleeper
sure.
as in, I don't think anybody's saying that they're going to do much
the
damage,
Nuggets?
bro.
the Clippers are a
The
sleeper.
Nuggets have the best player in the world
Okay.
and a bunch of ass defense to go along with it.
Okay, so boom.
Clippers
After
are
that,
a sleeper.
the Warriors beat the Rockets. Who would they then play?
Lakers.
Damn, Lakers win that too.
They do. Lakers to the
They-
conference finals, buddy.
Do they?
All right.
Lakers
And then
win
on the
that.
other side, you got Thunder versus either the Nuggets or the Clippers. I think it's the Clippers. He's saying the Nuggets. You're saying the Clippers. Who does OKC still?
Why?
Because
fuck with Kawhi Leonard.
Damn,
So what
the
the
is-
Clippers got 5 people that could score 20 on their
Damn,
team.
are the
bro.
Lakers going to the finals?
Norman
bro?
Powell. You got Zubac, the top, who's a top 5 center in the league.
Yo,
Against
Lakers
the
into the
number
finals.
one.
Okay,
That's
bro.
crazy.
I'm worried
Lakers
about
into the
these niggas,
finals.
bro.
Who?
The Lakers into the finals.
Yeah, now we're on
Look
the
at
same
the
page.
camera and
It's
say it.
Lakers. Yo, it's Lakers versus Celtics. It's
I'm not
Lakers
saying I
versus
want
Celtics.
the Lakers to
No,
win,
no,
but the Lakers might be to the NBA Finals
Yo.
2025.
All right, y'all. You heard it here first.
If they care
These
about
niggas
ratings,
think the Lakers are to the
Lakers
finals.
versus Celtics.
Because it's gonna end up Lakers Thunder, and I don't think the Thunder are beating the Lakers
They're
in a
not.
7-game
Lakers to the
series.
finals.
They're not.
Nuggets to the
I'm
finals.
glad we're on the same
Yo, what
page.
the fuck?
Yeah.
I hate the NBA, bro.
I can't wait when we're podcasting and it's the Lakers versus the Celtics in the finals. That's gonna be a good time. I
All
can't
right,
wait.
sounds good. You guys believe what you want to believe, and we'll see. Hopefully, it comes to fruition.
Bro, the
I'm
Nuggets
excited.
ain't making it past the second round.
Believe
If
what
they
you
make
want.
it even past the first.
Believe what you want to believe, and that's okay. Don't let the Lakers.
How
limit-
much money you want to put
I'm
on
not
it?
putting money
How
on
much
it.
money you
Actually,
want?
and you know
no,
why?
No, put
No,
money on it,
no,
nigga.
you
Because
know why
I
I'm not
gave you
putting
money
money on it?
last time, and I'm taking that shit back.
No.
How much money?
If the
'Cause you
Lakers,
talking,
if the
bro.
Lakers and Nuggets play, we can put something on it. I'm not doing this in general with you because
Second
it's been
round.
2 years in a row, my nigga, where you've had to pay up. Stop playing with me.
Yo,
Stop fucking
yo,
playing with
yo.
me. No,
Hey, it's
you're
been real.
bugging, bro. You're bugging.
Love y'all.
2 years
We'll
in a
talk-
row.
we'll be
2
back
years
next
in a
week.
row, my
Making
nigga.
it
Next
No.
week,
past
I'm
the
outta
second
here.
round.
Oh,
The Nuggets are making it past the second round. Put money on it.
If they see each other,
You're
we can
scary.
talk.
You're
I'm
scary.
scary.
You're scary.
I'm scary.
You're scary.
Nigga, okay,
You
bet.
don't even think your team
Okay,
is
say
making it
less.
past the second
Say
round.
less.
You can't put 100 bills
Say
on
less.
that. That's
He
scary.
wants me to put 100 on it. But you remember what happened 2 years in a row.
I gave him 100, right? When I lost, I was a man of my word.
I'm not saying I wouldn't
He's
do it.
scary
But
now.
I'm saying this. I'm saying
scary.
your confidence is what's gonna be throwing
He's
you, my
smoking
nigga.
on a Kiwi pack.
Okay, that sounds crazy.
The drummer's telling us we gotta
At
get
least
up
like
out of here. We
QB
out of here,
is.
man.
He is.
Love,
We out
peace,
here. We out.
blessings.
Hey, man, y'all enjoy yourselves.